I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show!
Live from the Xfinity studio. Well, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday to all across the Delaware Valley. Weird day yesterday. Not a good one for USA Soccer as they get embarrassed by the stinking Belgians. Ew to the Belgians. They got smoked. Not good. What happened to, and we'll get into all of it, but what happened to Pulisic? Supposed to be a stud, man. He stunk. They were horrible last night. They were weak. They were soft. I'm ready for real football, all right? Like, after last night, all right, it was fun. See you later. Give me real football, man. Come on, man. Let's go. You can't come all that hype, and you come out and get smacked. Man, come on. That was horrible. They looked completely beaten. They looked terrible. Oh man, they just were. Their defense sucks. They were like horrible. It's a shame. It really is a shame. It was just bad. Anyway, speaking of bad, what the hell happened to Cristopher Sanchez yesterday? Oh my God. 12 hits, 9 runs, and 3 1/3. Now, you're going to get blown up a couple times a year. That's just only like Zach Wheeler that doesn't happen to, right? There's only a couple pitchers in the league that never happens. So you're going to get blown up. He got blown up by the Royals yesterday. But the little thing is odd. Every other start has been a little rough for the last 3. 3 of the last 6 have been a little rough. So he's given up 4. If you go back, he gave up 4. After the streak, he gave up 4 runs. Then he pitched well. Then he gave up 5 runs to the Nationals. Then he pitched well. And then he got blown up yesterday at Kansas City. So, I mean, it's not uncommon this time of the year, as you're getting ready for the All-Star break, to kind of, see where this goes. And you're going to get hit around a little bit. Like, he was just on fire, right? Like, I mean, that squirrel streak was ridiculous. So, you're going to have it. I'm not worried. Mattingly said the same thing. Not worried about it. But it is a startling day. Everyone, you look at it, you go, oh, my God, that was startling. Anyway, you have that. And then we wait. We're waiting to see what happens. I'm waiting with bated breath for Anaheim. What are you going to do? The longer it goes, the better I feel about it. Like, I'm hoping that this is the trade that they're going to work out for Leo. As each day passes, I get more excited for Leo. 6'3", 21 years old. He's going to be a stud. He's already a top half 1C. So, imagine in 2 years, 3 years from now, what you got with Leo leading the charge. I'm fascinated by it. Wait. Let's go. Let's get the. I don't see how I think it blows up their entire cost structure. They have the money, but their cost structure for their team. Like, if you're going to pay, think about it. You pay Leo 18. What's Gauthier want? What's he going to want? Like, you got a lot of young talent that you got to pay. The defenseman, Seneke, like, what are you going to do? So, I don't know. I'm curious. I'm hoping that there's a trade, and they work out the trade. And that's kind of where I'm at. And then Sixers, we just wait. What happens with LeBron? Will the Sixers move Embiid? Embiid has been really quiet during this whole thing. Eerily quiet. Is there a market for Joel? That's kind of interesting. Is, say, maybe Detroit? Maybe the Jalen Dorn, bring him home? I don't know. I mean, kind of interesting to see what's going on there with the Sixers and whether or not Embiid is moving. Well, we wait for LeBron and the decision all these years later. Where is he going to wind up? A lot of good drama. And today, we got a lot of good chatter going on. Baldy at 10 for the preseason all Baldy and Cuz offensive team. And legs. It's leg day to talk about Jaylen Brown. He has not spoken to anybody about Jaylen Brown and the Sixers. Everybody I talked to around that league, they're all Sixered up. Yeah, let's go. Good morning there, Lukaku.
Good morning. Got a nice waffle this morning.
I hate you. I hate
Dude,
them.
it's every 4 years. It's Charlie Brown. Here's what happens. We all have friends. They're all Premier League players. America's got a couple of guys play well in the Premier League, and they tell us every cycle, this is it. We got a team. This is going to be the team. And I buy in like an idiot. And they look okay. And then they play like the upper echelon teams, and Belgians at the bottom end of that upper echelon.
Yeah.
And they get smoked. Just like, I don't even know what it was. Belgians not faster. They're not stronger. They're just the Bruin didn't even play. I mean, they're just.
No, I know. Your best player didn't play.
Pulisic, man, what a dud. And then his post game, when that coach said they're soft, I think I know who he's talking about. Because post game, Pulisic's like, oh, yeah, I twisted my ankle, sprained it. Well, now I got time to rest it. I'm like, what? Who says that after that loss? Now I got time to rest it.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't stick around for post game.
Yeah.
He said that?
Yeah, I can send Julia the clip. Now he's got time to rest his ankle.
Oh, weak. Yo, dude.
Hey, kudos to Carly Lloyd for calling him out. And basically the whole team, but calling him out for not giving you enough in this World Cup, man.
Dude, here's what, again, as the untrained eye, have been following this the whole tournament.
Yeah,
and like,
we're
whatever.
definitely not men in blazers.
All right? Like, they come out, they were just overwhelmed.
Yes.
Listen, the one thing about sports, I know sports, and I know a team that is melting under the bright lights.
Mm-hmm.
They just melted.
They came
That
out
coach
melted.
is right.
He
Like,
is.
you know what he talked about being soft?
Yes.
They are the height of soft. And they were bawling. Listen, I get it. You're upset. But they were bawling. Crying, bawling after the game.
I mean, I feel
Yo, dude, why don't you play better? You don't have to cry.
Yeah, I feel bad. Like, the bar's full. People got all their gear on, and just such a it just, you could tell right away. It was just, they weren't ready for the game, man.
No, they looked overwhelmed. They looked soft.
They did.
Like
we said yesterday,
you're playing at home.
You gotta come out and smack them around.
Like you're in Seattle. Like you're at home. You're in Seattle. You got all that fan base. Everybody, stars and stripes. Like
stadium's designed to create chaos and noise.
Like your stars and stripes. Let's go. Come on, man. Like I'm expecting them to be.
Take it to them.
Yeah, be physical. Like I want to beat them. See how Mexico came out. Like if they played the way Mexico played and lost, all right,
100%.
right? Like Mexico went out on a shield.
Yes,
right. They, even though they had the man advantage and England got the red card, the whole thing. I mean, they peppered it. It was like England did whatever it could just to get out of Dodge.
Yes,
this USA team, they were just turtled up.
And I mean, I just slacked Julia the link to his post game, and if that's your leader and that's his mentality, like,
Well, by the way, that dude did nothing
except turn the ball over
this whole World Cup. Like I know he was hurt. Oh, let's make sure that he's 100%. I get it. Like you're 100% healthy, right? The whole thing. Can you get him in a game? They get him in a game that didn't matter,
right?
And he actually looked all right. Like when he got in. Mm-hmm. And then in the 2 games that mattered, he was horrible.
Tobias Harris it.
Yes.
Terrible. Oh man, he was like, this is our dude. No.
Yeah, he was awful. I mean, they're all, I mean, I know Balogun's, someone's got to get him the ball, but
Yeah.
He had that one chance coming down the left side.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do better than that.
Yeah. And then,
I mean,
they get the goal, and then the goalkeeper just totally choked.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Just talking about
I know you were in a lot of pain, had to be subbed off. What were you dealing with, fighting through?
Yeah, I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But now I got time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
I know you're in a lot of pain.
That's Captain America.
Oh my God, he is not Trey Turner. Oh my God, what?
Dude, that's
weak.
That's so embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
That's
I
what anyone
sprained
feel
my
good.
ankle. I was in a lot of pain.
I get time to rest it.
Oh my God.
Good for you. Good for you.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Because
I'll be ready for the Premier League where I make $20 million a year.
I'm gonna lose sleep worried about your ankle. He stinks. He's a fraud. By the way, see, here's the problem here's the problem. All right, with soccer, they're never going to get to that elite piece.
No,
because all the greatest athletes are playing other sports.
there's just too much competition.
There's just that. I mean, that's the bottom line. Now I kind of understand, like, Holland, my favorite player, the Viking.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you think that dude's worried about his, I sprained my ankle.
Now I can go rest it. Yeah.
Right? Like, he's not doing that. But again, if Holland was born in America, he's playing tight end.
Yeah, most likely.
Or defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. Or maybe he's a power forward or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's not playing soccer. Like,
No.
that's what like football players' mentality. I mean, that Pulisic's got no football player mentality.
No. You only got baseball mentality. And
Like Bryce Harper. Imagine, Tooch brought this up. If Bryce Harper spends his whole life playing soccer, he's probably the best player America has.
Yeah, he could be.
Right? Like, that he's an elite athlete. Like, that's Bryce. Hand-eye, like, your feet, it would work, right? The whole thing. And Bryce Harper would have an attitude. Like, he's not crying about,
right. I think to your point on the women's side, the women are great. And that's because, there's not a lot of competition for the women's sports right now. It's always been soccer's been a key one.
Soccer's number one.
We rule in soccer. I mean, if we don't rule, we're right there.
It's basketball and soccer for women.
Right. Yeah. And they don't have much competition out there in the world.
No. Whereas with the men, I mean.
Yeah, they're all depleted all over the place. Baseball, basketball, football, rowing, wrestling, they're all over the place.
Yeah, but you don't have the elite of the elite. They're just not. I thought country of this size, I don't care how many sports you have.
We have some guys left over.
You got to be better. No, I mean,
better. Yeah.
I mean, like,
it's the same result every year. Every 4
it
years
is.
is the same
And then you
thing.
start to go. It was the expanded tournament.
Yeah,
it's hard not to be negative about it because it's an expanded tournament, and you didn't play anybody. It was an easy group.
right.
I mean, your toughest was what, Paraguay?
Yeah, and they gave France a game, but it was 115.
Well, they were also packing it in.
Yeah.
The problem is I just hated their mentality.
Last night, yeah.
Like they were
Paraguay, it was great. They came out, they were aggressive.
They were just weak.
They were.
I hated everything about that whole matchup. I hated the beginning, like Belgium, all kidding aside, I thought Belgium played the whole thing wrong. Instead of crying about Balogun playing, should have been like, go ahead, let him play. I want him to play.
Yeah, we want to beat the best.
That's how I would have said. Like, respect the game, respect yourself, and go, I don't care who plays.
Right.
Is he Maradona? No, I don't care.
And as much as I like the country of Belgium, they don't come off as a intimidating country. Like, it's not like Germany manhandles you.
Yeah, they're weak. Get out with them. Bunch of freaks. Get out. I can't stand them. I can't stand it. Oh, God. Hated that crowd. That was such a bummer.
It was such a bummer, man. Like, I was at a packed pub, and all across the country, the bars were packed. And
it's killer because, like,
they didn't give us a fight.
No, that's what, listen. Lou, I'm trying to get the example, local example of when you went out just like fish.
Oh.
Like, you know what I mean? Like dead fish. When you just get smacked, like when you have that kind of expectation and you give that effort.
You pull Michael Spinks.
I mean.
Down like 30 seconds.
I mean, like, that's just horrible.
Joe 76. If Lukaku played 45 minutes, he'd have a hat trick.
Really?
I told you guys, I was like, as soon as he's on the field, dude, I'm hammering him to score a goal. Like,
You didn't do that.
yeah, he's a goal machine.
Ah, dude, you can't do that against America.
That's
a violation, dude.
As Brain says, I want them to win, but
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, that's disgraceful. You should be ashamed.
Here.
Should be ashamed. It's your country. Should be ashamed.
I was ashamed of the way they played.
They were weak. They were all that hype. It's just a shame of it, right? All the hype, the country road, like the song. Now they want to hear that song.
Just like 4 days ago, you were saying how much you're enjoying the song.
Yeah, bleep John Denver. All right.
Rest in peace.
I'm out. I'm out on the song. Yeah, listen, again, if they lose and go down like Mexico went down.
Yes.
Like Mexico fought. They were tough.
They were sweating at the end of the league.
Like they took play to England the whole game.
Yeah.
You lose, you lose.
Right.
Like, the goalie messes up or whatever.
Yeah.
You lose, you lose.
Show some fight.
You got to show some real fight, man.
Yes.
Come on. You can't go out that weak.
No,
I'm sorry.
I agree with you completely. A weird day yesterday.
Very weird.
Sanchez. I mean, Trey Turner blowing that. He gets him out of the inning with a double play, and he just throws that ball away.
Okay, well, but he got blown up.
Well, he's been dealing. Like, was it 6 days ago? They had to glue his finger. He's got a cut or a blister on his finger. Yeah, bleed. I mean,
oh God, I know
what? Now he's
a
football man. The blister or cut.
Whatever, dude.
Nick Latola just missed like 3 months because of a blister.
I know.
Let's get him healthy. Do you start him in the All-Star game, or should he skip it? They let this finger heal.
Listen, it's not. He didn't get blown up because of the finger yesterday. He didn't get blown up because of that. He could pitch. He's fine. He's fine. He didn't get blown up. That's not an excuse. It's not.
What?
It's not an excuse. Stop. All of a sudden now, oh, poor blister.
They go on the injured list for blisters.
Stop. I'm tired of this nonsense.
So you're aware that like blisters are on the fingertips?
Oh, really? You don't think I?
And the fingertips are like control the spin of the ball.
Pitching?
They control the spin of the ball.
Yeah, yeah. You're sickening. You're sickening.
He really got screwed because you can't charge Trey with an error apparently.
Who cares? Who cares? He got blown up.
Because I care. I'm trying to get Cy Young award here.
I want Wheeler to win it.
But I don't know. I'm just the
And
point.
by the way, 3 of the last 6 starts, he's gotten hit.
I'm aware. Well, 2 of the last 6, he's had a blister.
3 of the last 6, he got hit.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 9. Those are the earned runs that he gave up. I mean, listen, he'll be fine.
I was saying the point was.
I'm not worried about him long term. I mean, he's
I'm not worried about him long term.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get him Cy Young. And Miz got a generous scoring at home the other day. He should have had like 4 more.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather see Wheeler win it. I'm hoping that this. Listen, the door's open for him if he could just put together a big second half.
I hope.
He's the guy who deserves it.
Yeah.
I love Sanchez, and he'll be fine. And yeah, I would start him in the All-Star game. I would, if it's a great honor, the whole thing. It's in Philadelphia. You got to have a Philly start. I mean, I would do it. I love the guy, but if you ask me who deserves it, Wheeler deserves it. A Cy Young. He's going to go pitch a gem today in Cincinnati.
Of course he will. Bats worrying you now? I mean, they put up 3 of their last 4 games. They put up 2 or less runs.
I mean, it's baseball, man.
Crappy Royals team.
That's baseball.
1 run against Avila.
No, it's baseball. You're not. I mean, you know what this team is?
Yeah, inconsistent.
I mean,
offensively.
Oh, and all of a sudden you're out again.
I haven't
Get
been the whole
up and
time.
down, up and down.
I've been the
Jules,
I've
up
been the
and
man of
down,
reason.
Up and down, up and down.
I've been the voice of reason here.
You had it.
The bats need help. They're inconsistent.
Dude, you know their lives got holes in it. Like, nobody said it didn't have holes in it.
I don't know. People dancing around here last week like they solved everything. Everyone was hot.
Nobody said that their lineup was fixed. But my only point to you when we talked about it was with Wheeler, Sanchez, and Luzardo, they have every chance to win. That's it. And Duran. They have every chance to win.
And I said they're going to put up, they still have to score a couple of runs, and they can't. There's times when they just can't.
And there are times when they do. And that's called baseball, right? Unless you're going to fit. The problem is, and I read this from John Heyman yesterday. I still don't even understand it. He's talking about Scooble.
I saw that.
And I'm going,
who do they have?
John, they have nothing to get to reach.
Someone's going to take Renteria. He's 17. You're going to take a kid who's 3 years away?
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Boy, I got to tell you, like the winter teams had me excited, and I'm ready for football. Like the soccer thing was fun. It's over.
You're over? You're out? Don't care about Argentina and Egypt today?
No.
Oh, man.
No, I'm out.
It's going to be
I'm done. It was nice. It was fun. I'll watch the Final Four, I guess, but
You got to watch Messi today.
yeah, I'm not watching it. I don't care. After the USA, the loss like that,
You think Messi says he's glad? Well, basically, now I have time to rest my ankle.
no, because that's all he lives for.
Right.
Right. He lives for that. That's why football players are football players. That's what that means. You know, like, you know, it is what it is. I like it. It's nice. It's fun. And it's a great diversion in the summertime when there's nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool. All the cultural stuff was fun. But I'm ready for training camp.
So I was having a talk last night. I'm kind of sad because it's winding down. I loved having like 4 games a day on. Oh, it's nothing better than like meaningful sports to watch every day of the week.
Yeah, I like.
And now it's winding down. It's like 1 or 2 games.
I like that piece of it.
Yeah.
It's why I want to do the college football bowl games I want to do the 2 weeks of bowls in August.
Yeah, I know.
You should be all about it.
Because I'm not ready. What matchups you going to get? I don't know.
You're going to get great matchups. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know. I feel like no one's going to schedule that early.
No, it's changed. You don't know. You're not a football man.
Of course not.
You're not. You're a soccer guy. You're just a sprained ankle guy. All right. I'm surprised you're in today.
It was hard, man. Nothing keeps me off the pitch. Come on.
All right. Lots to get to. EJ is going to join us. And 10 o'clock, Baldy. 11 o'clock, Legs.
Leg day.
I'm curious to see what Legs has to say, man.
Finals, baby.
He'll be calling it. He'll be in Philadelphia calling it. Amazing. Where my man Sam from England just chimed in. What did he say?
Oh, if we get time later.
Just support England now to keep your soccer going. Listen, I will for you. I will, because I love Sam. I'll root for England, but
Vive la France! That's where I'm at. Let's go. Get my shirts and order it up.
You're going to root for France?
Well, yeah, my great grandmother's from France. Why not? I got a little Frenchy blood in me.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense. You're a weak Frenchman. Good. I'm rooting England. Bleep France. Mbappe.
Yep.
Bleep you and Mbappe. That figures you in.
I got
The fact that he said Viva, there's so many things I hate about him. Like,
there's a great picture of Sammy. Maybe we'll show it later on. 4th of July, he had his in-laws were over, and they're American, so they had a 4th of July American party, and he's like making a sad face with all this like red, white, and blue stripe stuff behind them.
no, really?
In England, yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right, let's talk about our friends. Let's talk about The Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app. Yes. You got 2 matches today. Argentina, Egypt, Switzerland, Colombia. Here you go. Live betting on the round of 16 is better on the Bet Park Sportsbook Online Casino app. Get some skin in the game. Favorite world soccer teams. You can bet, you name it, player props, everything you want. New customers get up to $500 casino bonus back and 500 spins on the soccer theme slot game. Goal, goal, goal. Collect them. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to be 21. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. That's the Bet Parks Sportsbook Online Casino app. All right, let's talk about Xfinity, the 5-year price guarantee. Guaranteed you're going to get the reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi that you deserve from Xfinity. All right, Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you notice them. Super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense lets you stream the game even when the whole family's online. All your devices work in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. Best part, no annual contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity's best equipment included. Take it from me, a lot changes in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, and kids grow bigger than you. But your Wi-Fi should stay reliable, the price should stay put. Lock in your price, unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more, Xfinity.com. Xfinity! Imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Now joining us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, our man, E.J. Smith. It's a Wawa Hoagie Hangout with EJ.
Hoagie Fest.
Nothing better than hanging out with EJ, my main man.
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Well, you're a soccer man.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. You're a football man.
Yeah, I'm a football man through and through, but you know,
Right.
soccer it's get me through this time of the year.
I will tell you, that was not a football mentality by USA last night.
No, you'll notice the hat choice today is a Norristown hat, by the way.
Nice.
4 years from now, Kevin Sullivan, Quinn Sullivan, the Norristown natives, they'll be on that U.S. men's national team, and maybe they'll have that Norristown fight. You know, that energy. They'll bring
the
that.
Sullivans. I like it.
Yeah, it was a little nod to my Norristown roots here. But yeah, the thing that frustrated me about the game is exactly what you're talking about. Like there will be people who talk about Belgium being, you know, one of the stronger teams in the competition, and you know, I think their FIFA ranking is number 7. But if you've watched Belgium this tournament, this isn't the Belgium that you know we've come to know. Like this isn't the Belgium from 10 years ago, and the lack of like fight and physicality from the U.S. men's national team. The way that they conceded almost every goal, all 4 of the goals, especially you know the second one and the third one and the first one. You look at them and it's just like you should never be giving up those goals. Like it's not a matter of like, oh man, Belgium just carved them wide open and it was just you know really a masterclass and build up play or anything like that. They were just sloppy defending, a lack of 1-2, like. In such a big game, it's incredibly frustrating. You know, they have this thing in soccer, they're called duels, right? And you think about it like rebounds in basketball,
Yeah.
where the ball is up for grabs, and it's kind of about like who wants it more. And in the first half in particular, like the U.S. were losing every single 50-50 ball. Every time that the ball was in contest, the Belgian midfield was just swarming it. And it's like, how can that happen on your home soil in such a big game? So yeah, really frustrating game. Really frustrating game.
Yeah, you think you're soft. And VG found I didn't stay for the post game. Pulisic. Did you see his comments after the game?
Yeah. Oh, I just twisted my ankle. It's
poor you.
Don't worry, he can go rest now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, nuts? Are you nuts?
You've got
how am I
Mohamed
supposed to
Salah.
respect you as an athlete when you're crying about your sprained ankle?
You've got Mo Salah playing with like his hamstring ripped off the bone for Egypt because
That's
he knows
Mahomes got his leg, basically have his leg amputated at halftime, comes back out the second half against us. Like,
and these are like legacy defining games. This is the biggest moment of his career. The fact that, that's one of my pet peeves, and is like when you see soccer players like they clearly they come up hurt from something and they just keep looking at the bench. They just keep looking at the bench going like, "Yeah, get me out. Get me out. I'm out. I'm done. I'm done." And it's just I like it. I don't want to get too far into the Christian Pulisic thing, but I've always been frustrated with him as a player. I don't like that they call him Captain America. He's not even the captain of the team. He's not even the captain anymore. So I feel like he's coasting on something that he was 5 years ago. And you're right. You just haven't seen the fight. A couple of years ago, he wasn't playing for the U.S. men's national team in a big tournament because he felt like he needed the rest. And this has been who he is for
I
a
didn't
long
even
time.
know that. Are you serious?
I think it was the Gold Cup it was 2 years ago. He just sat out the competition. Or no, it was last summer. It was last summer he sat out of competition, and Pochettino wasn't happy about it. And Pulisic's argument was he needed the rest. Well, you got your rest. You come to the World Cup. You hurt your
Needed to
calf.
rest.
You miss the second game, and then you
DJ
get
Edgecombe is playing in his home country, right? In some kind of Caribbean game, right?
Yeah.
Like he's playing ball. The season just ended. He needed to rest. Oh
It's crazy.
God,
It's
that's
crazy.
pathetic.
It's weak.
It's so pathetic.
Yeah,
He stinks.
he picked up on the bad teams, and when they have a real game and a real situation, he ghosts it like he did yesterday. I mean, it wasn't just him. There were a lot of guys who had bad games, but him in particular, he's supposed to be the difference maker. This has been a tournament defined by star players carrying their teams in big moments. Like you talked about Erling Haaland a few minutes ago. Like that's what you're expecting. Obviously, Pulisic's not that level of player, but you've seen even smaller countries have their star players elevate their teams in those moments. He did the opposite.
I mean, not for nothing, but that Cape Verde team,
Yeah,
Devon's
awesome.
team, play with all kinds of heart. That team, all kinds of heart.
Yep.
Right? They're playing juggernauts, and they go down, they fight, tie it up, like. And you come out against that old Belgian waffle squad and do that.
The Belgian Waffle Squad. Yeah, I mean they were getting the striker that scored the 2 goals for Belgium before Lukaku came on. Like I hate to break it to people who aren't following soccer that closely. He's not a striker. He's not physically gifted enough to play striker in the league he plays in, and he's out here dunking on the U.S. men's national team center backs. Like that's crazy. Like that's like like Chet Holmgren in college, like dunking on Joel Embiid or something like that.
Right.
It's like this guy is like he can't play striker in Serie A because he's not strong enough, but he looked strong enough yesterday, and I think again it's a 1-2 thing. So yeah, I mean
Their
it was
defense is weak.
yeah.
Their defense sucks. Like the goalie choked, but they hung the goalie out to dry too.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. I mean, it can't happen, but that one is like it's a weird one. The first 2 goals, especially that first one, like it looked like a training situation. It looked like they were doing something in practice, like where they were working on something. It's like it can never be that easy, and especially in a game of the magnitude that they were in. I mean, like Tim Ream is rightfully getting a lot of flack for the way that he played. He played terrible. Both the center backs played terrible, and again, it's like I just keep going back to those duels, 50-50 balls where it's like you're on your home soil in the biggest game and how long,
Yeah,
however
you're
long
in Seattle. The
yeah,
place is
how
going
can that
nuts.
win?
Stars and stripes everywhere. Like you. Here's the thing. I know I have default mode. When I default to go playing physical, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's go play physical. Where was the physicality? Like, I watched Mexico be physical against England
Oh,
at home.
absolutely.
They lost.
Yeah.
They lost. All right. But they left it on the shield.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see this like Paraguay, the way that they played. Now listen, the US are talented enough to play, without packing it in, like having 11 people in the box, but you're right, that physicality, that intensity, that's what you expect. Like Mexico at the Azteca, like that's what you would expect the US to look like on home soil in a round of 16 game. That to me is the most disappointing thing. If you had told me that, they were flying into every tackle and playing aggressive and physical, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, those guys play that way. But if they played that way to a man and they lost to Belgium 2-1, I would have been surprised, but I would have understood. I would have said, like, okay, they played in a way
Right.
that you can be proud of, but they didn't play in a way you can be proud of. They played in a way where it felt like it felt like they weren't ready for the moment. It felt like they were either distracted or, they just were not up for the challenge of playing in a game this important. Because I'm telling you, like this Belgium team, I'm like the Aston Villa flag behind me here. Like the Belgium have a couple players from that club. I love some of the players in the Belgium team. They are not world beaters. Like I do not think they'll beat England. I do not think, them scoring 4 goals against the US had much to do with their talent. Had more to do with the US, and that's frustrating.
Yeah. Yeah. I just hate going out like lambs.
Yeah.
They're little lambs going out. Like that's what just bothers me. Like again, like, where's the football player mentality?
Yeah. Hopefully the Sullivans bring it because Kevin Sullivan is legit. And I think he's going to have some
You know
more
what it
of
is
that.
though? It's like every year, every 4 years, but it
Yeah,
feels like, all right, this is the next group, and this group is legitimate. This group is, yeah, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll
No,
ever, like VG and I were talking about it. Is it just that your best athletes are going and playing basketball and football and baseball?
It's some of that. I mean, I think it's a good point. Like the women's team has been so dominant because, there are fewer sports that are taking the top pool of the best athletes over on the women's side. But I think some of it, honestly, is like, almost like you talk about like the religion of sports, the culture of sports. And, think about how far ahead the US is in basketball. And think about like the Fisher Price hoop that every single person has in their house when their kid's 2 or 3 years old. It's like, American kids can shoot a basketball by the time that they're 4 or 5 years old. Like that's how it is in most countries with soccer, where like it's almost like, again, like religion, where the
Yeah,
second these kids can walk, like my wife was watching the game yesterday. She watches a lot of soccer, but she's like, man, like the way that the Belgian players like receive the ball, like when like their first touch is so much better than the US team. And it's just these guys, they just have like this,
yeah,
it's like intrinsic, it's like it's a instinctual thing that
yeah.
you develop at a young age. So we just don't put like a soccer ball at our kids' feet when they're 3 or 4 years old that often. I mean, I know they play early, but there's something about it being part of the culture for some of these countries, like, the Brazilians, the Argentinians, the honestly the French team now, the English team.
Right,
I just
because
think,
that's all.
yeah,
It's a great point. That's
yeah,
all they do. Like when
yeah.
the kids are going, all they're doing is kicking a ball. From the time
Right.
that they're 2, they're just kicking a ball.
And
And
there's also
we didn't
the
do that.
component where
Like,
it's like, if you're a Brazilian, if you're a 5-year-old kid in a bad neighborhood in Brazil, like you look at Vinicius or you look at, Mateus Cunha, and you're thinking like, that's my way out of here. And that's like a powerful thing we talk about in sports in America, but with football and basketball and baseball. Like that type of thing, when you're in those countries, like it's a vehicle out of something that you want to get out of. And that's like, such a strong motivation. It's like you can't even put words for how much of a motivating factor
yeah,
that
but
is.
you nailed it. You nailed it though. Be honest with you, with the culture piece of it, like they're just. If you want to go play ball, I don't care where you live in the barrios, bad neighborhoods, or some farm in Colombia, right? Like, what are you doing? You're kicking a ball. That's all they're doing. Whereas we're shooting hoops. Like you go out, you're going to go play ball, right? So you shoot around, or I mean, we talk about t-ball and coach pitch and like my kids. So my kids did every sport, right? They
Yeah.
did soccer when they were when they were like 4 years old, 3, 4, 5. There was a thing, soccer shots on Delaware Avenue or whatever on Front Street, and they did that, and whatever they play. Moscow was decent, but that was it. Like the minute baseball started and basketball, like they were done.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. I think if you're just walking around with a soccer ball, kicking that around all the time, it becomes part of the appendage.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it's like religion in a lot of these places. So, they'll be fighting an uphill battle, but that's not to say that the US team can't find their avenue in this world over time. Like, I look at like a player like Anthony Robinson, and I think Weston McKennie, the way that he played, and Florian Balogun. I know he didn't grow up in this area, but I always joke like if you just took every like slot receiver that's like the backup on an SEC team and like put them in a time machine and told them to go play soccer from the age of 4, the team would be a physical, direct team that would win the 50-50s and just be hard to play against. So we obviously have the athletic pool for it, and as soccer gets more popular, you'd like to think that more of those types of players, those physical, like quick and strong players would be a big part of the team. Because right now it's not really that. Like they try to play intricate, intricate passing and try to play the way that the European teams play. I'd like to think in like 10 years, 15 years, hopefully that US team looks more like maybe like some of the African teams or like some of the European teams that are a little bit more imposing. Like let's say like the Netherlands team where it's like about your physicality.
Yeah.
Give me Bosnia. Give me Bosnia with like one or two skilled players. That's it. Give me the two Solovas and a bunch of Bosnian type players. Intimidating, physical.
Take like the fourth string tight end at Iowa and just say like, just stand in the box, just stand in the box and try and just head the ball into the goal.
Have you seen the ISO on Holland? His one goal, like he's just hanging out, just walking around, hanging, and then boom, for 3 seconds, he just knows where to be, physically dominates the guy and head balls it in.
That is part of what makes him so special is that like it takes a lot of discipline actually. A lot of strikers if they don't get a touch, like they will drop in, they'll be playing in the midfield just trying to like get a touch because you get bored, right? You feel like it's like, basketball players like, oh, I gotta just touch it. I just gotta feel the ball. Like these guys have that. But with Holland, he is so laser focused on the thing that matters the most. He's like, I'm going to score goals. That is my objective. That is the only thing I'm for. And as a result, like he will walk into the box and wait for the cross to come in, and then he will, burst into the space. So it's what makes him so special. A lot of strikers don't have the discipline to do that.
Yeah, he's also again, he's got the physicality. Like, he's the tight end. I keep going back to like he's George Kittle.
Yeah,
right? Like,
absolutely.
It's kind of that's kind of what he's about. It's interesting. All right, all this talk, all this soccer stuff, and it's been fun and everything else. But it has whetted my appetite for football, man. Like I can't wait because it's Fox, it's the whole world watching together. The communal viewing. We don't do that, right? We do that for football, man. We don't even do it for baseball because it's all regional. But we did it. We did it for soccer, and we do it for football. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. Do you actually have the dates of training camp?
Yeah, but say, do you know how far we are away?
No.
We are 3 weeks away from training camp.
Oh, God. Thank God. 3 weeks away. What's the date?
3 weeks in a day. The 29th is when we're there.
Oh, thank the Lord. July 29th. Oh, thank the Lord.
Can't wait for it to come just so you can shut up about this. Just bring it here already. Bring it here already.
I love my wife, PG.
EJ, this is I don't know why, but this off season has felt like it's taken forever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's been a little bit of a longer off season. You're used to the Super Bowl off seasons, and those even feel even shorter because you're spending so much time celebrating. I mean, I'm ready for it. I love training camp. It's my favorite time of the year. I'm excited to see these guys out on the field, and that first day of pads will be coming up once we're there. It's going to be a good time. We got some questions to answer, and yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, there's so many questions. There's so much to talk about because the whole offense is just going to be one big talking point.
Yeah. It's gonna be really interesting to see Makai Lemon like get back on the field and see what he looks like. I feel like it's funny. I try to take stock this time of year, like when I'm walking in the neighborhood, like what are people asking me about? I get a lot of questions about Makai Lemon, and honestly, I don't have many answers because he missed most of the spring with that hamstring injury. So what Makai Lemon looks like, what Dontavian Wicks looks like, that's going to be interesting. And then obviously the biggest question is what does Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson look like? Do they look closer to the way that they looked in 2024 before the injuries? Because if you tell me that those guys are healthy, you tell me that Saquon Barkley still looks like the same guy, which I believe he will. All of a sudden, like I can see a clear pathway for the way the Eagles are going to win games. They're going to be able to run the ball, and they have one of the best defenses in the NFL. Honestly, a defense that has more talent on paper than the group did last year. So, the passing game is still a question mark, but I think if you told me that Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens look good in training camp, and the defense is as advertised, like, I think you sign me up. I think they're going to win a lot of games.
I do too. I just think, again, to your point, just got to run the ball. Everything will fall into place if you run the ball.
Yeah, and then you get Jaylen to big moments, and you feel like he's got enough of a track record in big moments that you feel good about it.
Let's go.
Yeah. Did you see Jalen's summer workouts with most of those guys?
No.
You're not buying into that stuff?
No, I'll buy it. I just,
Yeah.
I mean, certain things I just kind of gloss over. I mean, like the quarterback, I think it's great. I think he should do that. I applaud him for doing that. So I'm not being snarky about it. I think it's great. But I expect that. Like, you should do that.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's what he's supposed to do. It's not the first time he's done it. I do think, listen, it's July 7th, so give me a little bit of grace for, like, I'm a beat reporter, and everything that happens in the Eagles universe, I'm gonna parse it.
I love that about you. That's why you're a great beat writer.
Well, I appreciate that. One thing I found interesting is that, a lot of stuff came out, Jalen out golfing with his teammates. And I can tell you, like, that this is something that he wouldn't have done like 2, 3 years ago. It's something he's trying to do more of, be like one of the guys.
Love it.
Yeah, and I know, like, you can overstate how important this stuff is, but what I said on the show yesterday, because I did this story in January about Jalen trying to be more one of the guys and more open to his teammates, he thinks this stuff affects winning now. Like, he thinks that this stuff is important. You hear reports about him being a closed off leader, having a force field around him. I think it's something he's actively trying to work on, and I think, the clips that came out.
That.
Yeah, I think that stuff is him trying to address that.
Yeah, because I got news for you. Quarterbacks like Danny Klecko, who's a good friend of mine, played with Manning and Brady, right? Like, how about my man? Got 3 rings, right?
Crazy.
And he's like, let me tell you something. He's like, Tom was just one of the greatest. He loved Peyton. Peyton was more I don't say down to earth, but like homey kind of thing. Whereas Tom was like, he loved his team. Like, he loved football. And he said Tom would walk into a bar and he'd just take the money out. Everybody's drinking. Everybody, training camp, we had the off day back in the day when you went away and all that stuff. Like, Tom was that kind of guy. Like, fostered this. Let's go. Let's be together. Let's all do this.
Yeah.
And I think it's important. I think Jalen doing that matters.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a tough thing where it's like every single person, the conversation that Jalen has with them is probably the biggest part of their day. Even in the Eagles locker room, like, if it's someone like, we use Darius Cooper as the example. Like, when Jalen's talking to Darius Cooper, or, he's talking to, like Chance Campbell, the practice squad linebacker, like, when he's talking to these guys, like, it's like a big moment in their day. And, that's every person he talks to. And I think he realized, when he got to Philadelphia, he was dismissive of the idea that he needed to be like one of the guys. I think he was, more focused on having that force field around him and staying singularly focused on his individual goals and the team goals. But I think he realized over time that you need that part. You need these guys to be part of it. You need to bring them along with you. And sometimes you got to meet people where they are. And sometimes that's like a Halloween party or an escape room or going out golfing when you've got everybody in Florida for summer workouts. So, I think some of it's like, for appearances, and I'm sure with Jalen, it's always intentional what gets out there. But yeah, I think the fact that he's doing it at all speaks to kind of what you're getting at there, where it's like, being the franchise quarterback does mean that everyone has to feel kind of connected to you, and you have to make an effort for that.
I love it. I love that I love his mentality is that what did you hear about the workouts themselves?
Yeah, so they were in like Orlando, Florida. It looked like they were at UCF's program. The only thing I really heard, I wanted to confirm that it was Jalen that organized it. I assumed it was, but you never want to make that call without just doing your due diligence on it. So yeah, I mean, Devontae wasn't there. I mean, he just got married. I would imagine he's either on the honeymoon or just back. But Dallas Goedert was there. Eli Stowers was there. Hollywood Brown. Most of the receivers outside of Devontae. So yeah, and Mekhi Lemon's hurt, so he wasn't there. But yeah, I thought it was a good thing to see, kind of in alignment with a lot of what I heard toward the end of last season about Jalen making more of an effort toward these things last season, and really I think into this offseason as well.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. Like, I love the fact you get away, and this is what we're going to do. All the guys are getting together. We're going to do some work. We'll work out. We're going to hang out together. I mean, look, maybe the AJ thing leaving will have a better impact on Jalen.
Yeah, maybe this doesn't happen if AJ's still around. There's no tension now with the receivers and stuff. You just hang out and work out with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to change the locker room dynamics, and I think the AJ part is part of this, but like Jalen's always had, I would call them extreme reactions, not in like an emotional way, but whenever Jalen has failed in his career, he's been incredibly like introspective and has usually forced himself to evolve. Like after the 2022 season, like you saw the 2023 season and then the 24 season, like how Jalen had to process that failure and evolve from it. And I'm sure he looks at the 2025 season. I'm sure he looks at the way last year ended, and especially with AJ as part of it, and had to think like, how can I evolve from this? How can I learn from these failures? So I
The
think we're
fact
starting
that he's thinking that way is awesome, right? Like the fact that he's thinking that way is exactly what you want.
yeah.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and I think he's been open and receptive to the offensive changes. I think in part because of that. Now listen, like he has to deliver on the field. None of this matters if it's 3rd and 8 and there's a tight window throw to Devontae Smith and he doesn't make it. But again, July 7th, looking at where we are right now, I think there's some slightly encouraging signs along the margins about where Jalen's at going into the year.
Looky, man. That's all right.
Yeah.
Would the other part of this whole equation is going to be fascinating is Sirianni.
Yeah.
Like, because all the questions are going to go to Mannion. Because it's his offense.
Right.
So all the questions are going to go to him. Like, how do you think he handles that?
He won't. Mannion, you don't get Mannion until like the day after, 2 days after.
But all the
but Nick's going to have an immediate response. I think you're going to see a drastic difference between how Nick responds and then the confidence.
Well, you got to talk. You got to talk in general to Sirianni.
Yes.
When I hate to say this, but as a guy that was a former beat writer, I would have been. I'd be attached to Mannion at the hip. Right? Like I would be, and I used to do the double back. Like it's changed now. Like you can't do it as much.
What's the double back?
So like they would do these press conferences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're all bogus press conferences. And I never would ask a question because I don't want to tip, but I'm going to write. So I would always double back and then go like when Andy, I used to double back. When I was the Inquirer, I got like he'd do the press conference. Then I'd hang around. Everybody would leave. I'd hang around. Hey, let me ask you a question, Abe.
Like a little side chat?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do the sidebar all the time.
You're standing like where he's going to walk off the podium so you can walk with him toward the field. That is like a veteran reporter move right there. You get a little extra insight on the way to the practice field.
Yes.
You're more Love Island than you know. Love Island, if you're interested in someone, you're like, hey, can I pull you for a chat? You go for a side chat. Love Island. Look at you.
Love Island.
Look at you. You're ahead of the time.
No.
You're ahead of the times.
But that like
pulling Andy for a chat.
Yeah, because I want to ask him what I want to ask him. I don't want everybody else to know what he wants. And then I would always, and when it comes to the coordinators, especially with Mannion, I'd be way more interested in what Mannion has to say than Sirianni.
Yeah, there's that component. Last season, even with the way the offense looked, like it's like we're kind of waiting to hear what Kevin Patullo has to say about this now. Nick's an interesting question, though. We had somebody ask us this on the show yesterday. Like, who does he lean on now that, most of the people he brought in with his original staff are gone? And I think it's a fair question. I don't have a good answer for it. I think it's kind of a new era for Nick in terms of like the way the coaching staff looks, where he is kind of even further detached from all of the personalities at play, he is kind of like the CEO coach that he's kind of touted himself as before. So it's going to be an interesting year. If they hit adversity, I don't know who Nick's turning to in that building, in terms of the coaching staff, because it's Mannion's offensive staff for the most part at this point. And then obviously it's Vic's staff. Like, Aaron Moorhead, Jamal Singleton, these are guys who have been with Nick for a long time, but they're not necessarily quote unquote his guys. So it's different this year's staff compared to the years in the past.
You think how do you think he feels about the Manions? I'm curious. Does he obviously outward, it's all embrace everything. Is there any bit of him that kind of resents it, you think?
It's a good question. I feel like in the past, Nick has always been a little dismissive of like the love the McVay Shanahan tree gets relative to like the results that the Eagles have been able to get without running that type of offense. But I do think that this offseason, what Mannion brought to the table and how he explained the vision for this offense really won Nick over. So I don't know. I think that there might be like a complicated feeling toward it because I do think that like I think Nick would argue like his record, the way that this team has performed with him, as the I guess the original inspiration for what it would look like with him and Shane in 2021, like he probably would sit there and tell you like I don't, the McVay Shanahan offense might get all the headlines, but they've won a lot of games. But again, I think that he kind of felt like this gravitation toward the McVay Shanahan offenses is necessary for them at this point. So yeah, I don't know. The answer is I'm not entirely sure. I know how he's felt in the past, but I think that has evolved over the last maybe let's say 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's funny because when he did say that if they're turning the ball over, they're not losing that conservative nature.
Yeah, yeah, and that's very telling, right? Like it can be play action, it can be try to have this entirely new system, but it's still going to have a core tenet of end every drive with a kick, which I can't stand that expression because I feel like it is very like it's an archaic way of looking at the game in a lot of ways, but especially with like being aggressive on fourth down. So I think that there's still going to be that philosophy, but again, that's why let's go full circle here. If they run the ball well and they play well on defense like we expect them to, that minimizes some of this. You're still going to have moments in games where you need to be aggressive, but I think that if you're Nick, you're looking at that 2024 season where it's like they just were beating teams up in the first quarter and they were able to just run the ball for the rest of the game and kind of just control the game. I think that's the game script he wants to get back to. It's hard to do. It's really hard to do that week in and week out in the NFL, but they have enough talent that they have a pathway toward doing that at the very least.
Yeah, yeah. Well, buddy, I don't know. We got 3 weeks, you said. So the 29th. All right.
We're getting there.
Let's go. We'll be I'm gonna be bugging you all over the 3 weeks just to get through it, man.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't deal with him.
No worries. Yeah, like I said, this has been fun. Yeah, let me know.
We'll
talk. We can talk more World Cup.
No more World Cup. I'm out.
Fair enough.
All right. No, I'm only joking. All right. I'll see you, brother. You're the best. The great E.J. Smith. I hate to do it, but that's
what?
It's that USA's out. Like I actually was really rooting for him. Like more than I normally would. Like I was
just make it through the next round. Or
I just wanted to see
they can't win it.
Right, but I just wanted to see them win.
Right. To make a step because this is the round they usually get knocked out in.
Right.
Let's make it. Let's show some progress.
But it's just the way it was so off-putting.
It was embarrassing.
It just was. That's what kills me. That's why I'm like, oh man, I can't watch these other teams.
Nah, come on, man.
I need a couple days break.
Throw on Messi to score today. You'll be right back in it.
I'm out. I'm going to be out for a little bit. Like I'll watch the.
Are you going to rest?
Like full second. I got no issue.
He'll be okay. Julie, he'll be okay. Julia, he'll be okay. You just got to rest.
I got no issue. I'm kind of out. I'm just kind of out. It was so weak. Your ankle. You're like, I don't want to hear about that.
I'll be okay.
Yeah,
Good.
by the way, he was crying for the foul. The guy got to the ball first.
Yeah.
By the way, bro, I'm blaming you.
He's a hype machine.
That pull stinks, and he's weak.
Yes.
I'm
You
blaming
had,
your
you,
fault.
had, you had me on one time to talk World Cup, and I said fade the U.S. Bunch of bums. Tim Ream is the worst defender, center back I've ever seen in my life. How in a country of 300 million people is he the best center back we got? Like, what are we doing? It's a joke. And it's youth sports is the problem. Because soccer is a rich kid sport. You have to pay $15,000 a year to join these stupid travel teams. And it's all just
No, you don't.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Soccer?
Yes. Whereas in Europe and all these other countries, it's free. It's the cheapest sport to play.
Well,
You develop-
Sport here is expensive.
yeah, youth sports is ruined.
Okay, I agree with that, but what do you mean? Like I thought the union has a
That's a little different.
scholarship.
Really,
and-
you gotta be
The elite.
elite kid to get there.
Yeah, that's a little different. But your average kid that's playing travel soccer,
What, their fees are that?
yeah. Dude,
Nah, I mean, baseball is expensive, but not.
soccer's outrageous.
It's not 15 grand.
Yeah, bunch of bums.
Yeah, that's weak.
Yeah.
He comes in here talking tough, waving a salad in our face.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's good.
Rabbit
It's beach season. I got asparagus, artichokes, peppers,
Nice.
steak.
It's steak? My man.
Yeah, a little steak in there. You want some?
That's good.
All right.
I don't touch that.
Don't get meat around him. Thank God Baldy's coming up. My fellow
He says about this performance last night. He couldn't have been happy.
Baldy, nah.
Yeah, no.
Nah, that's such an anti-Baldy performance.
Yeah.
We're gonna do our squads.
All right.
The all Baldy preseason Baldy cuz teams, offense and defense.
All right. I want to go over. I got a list of ESPN ranked the top 10 defensive backs, cornerbacks.
Oh yeah?
See if you agree with their rankings.
Well, Q better be at the top. First, a word from our friends.
This summer, declare your independence from hot, miserable sleep with Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Stay cool all night with cooling mattresses starting at just $6.99. Plus, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and pay 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years interest-free on better sleep. So stop sweating through summer nights and sleep cooler, longer, and more comfortably. Freedom from hot sleep starts today at Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Shop for more deals in-store or at ashley.com. Elkin Chevrolet, run by 3 brothers, real brothers, local guys, great guys. And right now, they're lining up deals that are very hard to beat. They got a huge inventory of Chevy trucks and SUVs, everything people actually want to drive. Equinoxes, Trailblazers, Tahoe Suburban, Silverados. And the prices, well, they're going to move fast. If you've been thinking about it, now's the time. Whether it's getting to a game, getting to work, or just getting out of town for a bit to maybe watch the Sixers or Flyers play, you'll drive off in the perfect ride at the perfect price. And here's the thing. This isn't just a one-and-done kind of place. These are the guys you go back to again and again because they treat you right. No runaround, no games, no haggling, no hassles, just real people, real deals. Elkin Chevrolet, real brothers, real deals, and a whole lot of honking good service going on. Super easy to get to. Route 73 South in Marlton. Elkin Chevrolet. This summer, declare your independence from hot, miserable sleep with Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Stay cool all night with cooling mattresses starting at just $6.99. Plus, for a limited time, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses and pay 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years interest-free on better sleep. So stop sweating through summer nights and sleep cooler, longer, and more comfortably. Freedom from hot sleep starts today at Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Shop for more deals in-store or at ashley.com.
Baldy, Baldy. Oh, let's talk some football. Ay, 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 Baldy, Baldy. Oh, he likes meats and football. Oh, Baldy.
There he is.
Morning, guys.
What you doing,
BJ?
brother? Where you at?
I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida? When you come
I'm in
back up to
Florida
Jersey.
dealing with the heat, man. Get my 2 workouts in a day in the heat down here.
Nice.
Getting lean.
I
Body
like
fat's a silent killer right now, man. Getting lean, getting ready.
Right. Listen, it's in your blood. As soon as July 4th hits, it's time to get lean, get mean.
July 4th, the summer's over. So in fact, it's pretty cool. You know, I'm getting ready to go to the SAC Summit on Thursday in Vegas. So we've got literally a list of 60 defensive linemen that are going to be there. I got the list right here. And then I'm going straight from there. I'm taking a red eye to Dallas and going to the offensive line masterminds, right? So I told the guys at offensive line masterminds, like, I'm not going to give any trade secrets away, but I'm going to let these guys know what these guys are talking about, you know, in Vegas.
Wow, you're like a spy.
Yeah,
you
it's
really
a little bit
are
like that.
lineman.
So I've teamed up with this company called Sumer Sports, and they're like AI generated, right? So they're actually really good. They're not PFF. PFF's giving grades. They're not giving grades out to people. But like, if you want to say, okay, let me see all of Lane Johnson's one-on-one against Micah Parsons over the last 4 years, like that, it pulls up. So literally, yesterday I watched 15 pass rushers. So Latu, like I'm just watching Donovan Ezuraku from Dallas. Like I'm watching all these guys that I'm seeing. Like it's really fresh in my mind. Like who's ready to pop this year and who isn't. So I feel really good right now, man. I've just been buried in the film room.
So let me ask you a question. So is it the same weekend? The O-line master?
For the first time. It literally goes, SAC Summit is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and offense line masterminds is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it overlaps. But I can get like at the SAC Summit, I'm emceeing this event with Lawrence Taylor, Ricky Jackson, Willie McGinnis, Warren Sapp, like 5 of the best pass rushers of all time. Like I'm sitting there just going to pick their brains about stuff.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Oh, my God, dude.
I'm like,
that's incredible.
So I told these people, this thing is so well sponsored in Vegas, and it's in Vegas at the Cosmo, right? So I'm like, how the hell did you get LT to agree to do this? How? Like they got him like golf privileges and, you know, the whole, they took care of him. But like sitting there with LT, like he's unfiltered, you know, like you don't know what he's going to say.
Talk to him about our project, my project.
Huh?
Talk to him about my project.
I would love to.
I said, Baldy, something I cooked up. He liked it. You got me fired up. I'm curious. You're an O-lineman at heart. So when you do this, right? Because on Saturdays, I do a show with Jeff Schwartz, right? So, in fact, we were talking. He's off Saturday.
Jeff is always there.
Yeah, right. Mitchell's there, right? Everybody, you know. So I was talking to Jeff. He's taking off Saturday. And I said, well, dude, Baldy's going to be there. Oh, yeah. And he started talking about going to the steakhouse. And he said he doesn't eat meat that late. And you guys go to the steakhouse too late for him. I said, Baldy can't appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, is there like you've seen what this Erling Haaland's doing, like how much meat he eats. Like he's the best player in the World Cup. He's the fastest player. He's the best player. Can you imagine if that guy was your tight end? That guy runs like, or a big wide receiver. He's 6'5". He's the fastest player in the World Cup.
Kittle. It's George Kittle.
He could be George Kittle, but like he's faster than George. He might be the fastest guy in the cup.
Yeah, he's awesome. Oh, by the way, what did you make of last night? How weak a performance?
Well, first of all,
about a non-football mentality. That was weak.
You know, it was so obvious last night, right? Belgium they beat the United States to every ball. Like their speed, like some things are just obvious. Like, you know, you do this, it doesn't matter. Honestly, you could take this to any sport, right? Like you just watch movement. You watch burst. You watch like does the guy, does he catch? Like they were so much faster than the Americans. They couldn't penetrate him. They couldn't. They literally beat him to every ball. They could have played that match 100 times. Belgium's winning all 100.
I was stunned by how just weak they were.
It was the most obvious mismatch in this entire tournament, to be honest with you.
But you're at home. You're in Seattle. Like the crowd, it's all stars and stripes everywhere.
Oh,
You get the whole country's behind you. They looked like the lights were too bright.
Well, it was embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Sometimes you get to the postseason in football and you lay an egg and you're just awful and you're like, why did we even get here? Like, what's not worth it? Like, that was just horrible. There was nothing they could say or do. Like, they were, and then that last goal that they gave up, like, it's just incomprehensible how you could make that kind of an error in your own end like that.
No, it was terrible. I want you to respond to this. Jules, can you play the Pulisic? Now, this is Captain America. They call him Captain America. Yeah. I want you to listen to him after the game, and I want you, as the supreme football man, to judge. All right?
All right. I got it.
All right, Jules is going to pull it up. Because I'm offended. And you, to me, are, when it comes to being a football man, judge.
Let me hear what he says.
I know you were in a lot of pain, had to be subbed off. What were you dealing with, fighting through?
Yeah, I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But now time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
I know you were in a lot of pain, had to be subbed off. What were you dealing with, fighting through?
I got time to rest. It'll be okay.
Yeah. Like this, nobody cares what he does after this. Nobody cares. Nobody resting for what? This is the only thing that mattered. The only time Americans tune into soccer is right here in Seattle, in a soccer city, right? And now you have time to rest. It's like, I'll say this. Forget about him. Like, that's just that's like, I hope that soundbite, I hope it does. It's going to travel with him. But the most amazing skill to me, watching this World Cup, and I say it every year when I watch, every 4 years when I watch it, is what these guys do in the air with their heads and how they can direct the ball and time the hits.
Yeah.
And how they can use their head as this weapon. Like, it's just, the feet are the feet. Like, I get that. You can work on your feet all the time. You can't work on this stuff on your head. Like, how do you time this stuff? Like that, like Harlan's first goal, like that header to go to the opposite corner in the air with precision. I don't even know how you practice it.
Yeah, it's wild, man. It really is. I don't know. You're right. We were talking about it, and obviously, it's, the rest of the world, their best athletes are all playing that sport. They're growing up with it. They're kicking a soccer ball when they're 3 years old. They're not going out and shooting baskets, right? They're not walking around. They're not going to go play t-ball. They're not going to go play, midget football. They're not doing it.
Well, because, if you're in I don't know, if you're in Puglia, Italy, and you're in some town, some little piazza, right? There's a kid kicking a soccer ball. Yeah. Now, Italy didn't even make the tournament. It's because they're literally have zero population growth, negative growth. They don't have the next generation coming up, but I'm just using that. But like, if you're in, the Argentina plays today, if you're in Mendoza, if you're in some little town outside of Buenos Aires, like, all you're doing is kicking a soccer ball. That's it. That's all you're doing.
Yeah. Whereas, here, your best athletes, we talk about, like, Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper is an elite athlete, right? If he played soccer, he'd probably be the best player on the team on USA.
Yeah.
Pick any
if
wide
Kobe,
receiver
if Kobe played soccer,
right?
Like, Kobe would be, he'd be a dominant soccer player.
Right. I mean, it's kind of what it is. And, it's never going to, I just figured the country, as vast as the country is, that they would at some point be better. But it's the same result every year.
Well, I'll give you this. Like, I come from a town in Long Island that's a very good soccer town. They've had two girls come out of their Massapequa soccer program to play on the Olympic team. It's a very good feeder system. But all my brothers and kids all played soccer at some point. Like, they only played soccer when they practiced. Like, I never saw them just go out there to the field and just kick a soccer ball for a couple hours. You go down to Costa Rica, go to South American countries. Like, all they're doing on the beach is playing soccer.
Yeah.
The lights stay on in Rio de Janeiro. Now, it was a disappointing finish by Brazil, but all you're doing in Brazil at night is playing soccer. Like the lights stay on in Rio, Copacabana Beach. The lights are on all night. There's pickup soccer games all night long.
Yeah, they have those. It's nuts too. Like those games they're like playgrounds, like basketball playgrounds, where like
they play volleyball using soccer skills. They cover a full volleyball court with two people with no hands, just all feet and heads.
Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. All right, let's talk the superior version of football.
All right, let's do it.
Our football. All right. I want to do the preseason Baldy and Cuz, all Baldy Cuz team. All right?
All right.
We'll do offense first.
Well, can we just start with Lane Johnson at right tackle and just get that out of the way? Like, honestly, I'm watching these pass rushers the last 3 days. And, like, there's no offense to Penei Sewell. He's first-team All-Pro. I get it. They run the ball good. Some of the things that happen, I sent Lane a play yesterday. Like, some of the plays that he gives up never happen to Lane, ever. Like, you can go through 13 years of Lane, you'll never see him get beat around the corner by a hand swipe because he doesn't give you his hands. His hands are down at his knees. Like, I understand he's had injuries. He's overcome his injuries. He's also played 2 Super Bowls, all right, and overcame injuries and won 2 Super Bowls. Like the guy if he stays healthy this year, there's going to be nobody better than him. Nobody can beat him.
Dude, we were talking about this. We did this little exercise about the best players of the century, the 26 best Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, you could make a case that he's one. You got him, you got like Kelsey, right? Like, obviously,
I mean, if you want to go, I mean, I don't know how far back you're going, but obviously Reggie. I mean,
no, we're going this century.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, just the 2000s.
No, I mean, you can make.
We had Dawkins. I had Dawkins 1, and then I had Lane or Kelsey 2. It's probably Lane.
Yeah, that's probably right. Like, Jason Peters is up there. He was a great,
incredible.
But for a long time. But yeah, I wouldn't have any putting Lane, 1, 2, or 3 on that list. I mean, there's just his athletic ability and the sustaining of the athletic ability, and then just the attention to detail. Like, it's honestly, everybody gets beat in this business, but he's never late off the ball. He always says, he's been saying this to me for 13 years. You can't win the 100-meter dash if you don't get off to a fast start. Nobody gets off to a start like he does. It doesn't matter if it's fourth quarter, overtime, December, January, Super Bowl. Like, his start is unmatched. And then if you look at his arm length, you look at his core strength, you look at everything else, TJ Vaughn, like, you pick any great pass rusher. Micah, they can't beat him.
You know what's interesting is that he's never on the ground.
Never.
Like,
never on the ground.
Never. It's unbelievable.
Even on the tush push, he's barely on the ground.
No.
His knees don't touch the ground.
It's uncanny.
Yeah.
It's uncanny.
It's unreal athlete, man. Unreal.
All right.
Okay. So Lane,
will you go Linderbaum center?
I was going to go Creed, Humphrey.
All right.
But Linderbaum is good. He's been the center when Derrick Henry ran for 2,000. He ran for 1,600 last year. Like Tyler's good. Creed is, to me, has been the gold standard. He's a Linderbaum's the highest paid center now. Creed was. You go Creed or Tyler right there.
All right. Quentin?
I'd go Quentin and Tooney at guard.
Yeah. I love Nelson. I love Quentin.
But Tooney is like he's been in the league now 13 years. He's unreal. Like he made all the difference in Chicago last year. All the difference.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, look what he did for Andy, right? Like they pushed him out to tackle. Like he just
look at him,
does
just
a
look
little
at
bit
his
of everything.
postseason. Look at his postseason in New England, in Kansas City, in Chicago last year. Like, and he never gets hurt.
Yeah.
He's never hurt.
Yeah.
I think he started like something like 200 games already. Like he's so good. He just does not. And if he has to kick out to tackle like he did in the postseason last year for Chicago, like he'll kick out to tackle and shut down Jared Verse in a playoff game.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you put Trey Smith as the second teamer?
Yeah, I put Trey in there, Gray's Abel, Osiris Torrance. I want to put Landon in there, but he was just, he was so banged up last year.
Yeah.
You can't put him in there after the year he had. And then, you still can't put anybody but Trent in there at left tackle.
Well, I was going to ask you that. Is there anybody, after all these years, all those snaps, is anybody come close to him? Anybody pushing him for the title?
Yes. I mean, you could put Tristan Wirfs in there.
Yeah.
Tristan is close just because of his athletic ability, his power, his run blocking. Tristan is in that category. But Trent still, he's got these tricks to the trade that only he understands how to use. And as much as I try to pry it out of him, he's down in South Texas right now, like he ain't getting out of him.
Will he be at the O-line masterminds?
Huh? No, he doesn't come.
But
I said this to
Tunsil? Where would you put Tunsil? He's up there.
Tunsil's good. Like he's very, very. He's an excellent pass blocker. Always has been. Excellent athlete. Very serious about his craft. He does have a lot of penalties, and he's not the best run blocker. Like I've talked to McCaffrey for years about Trent, and he'll say things like, "Baldy, we could be running a toss sweep to the right, and the play is going to cut back behind Trent.
Wow.
Like it's going to the play is going to end up behind him."
Yeah. All right.
His backside cutoff blocks are just unmatched.
Like when you go to the O-line masterminds, will you what's the itinerary? Will you guys, different guys will talk? Will you have like speeches and technique?
We have a general introduction. We always have a Hall of Fame committee that comes every year. So like Steve Hutchinson, Willie Roaf, like we always have Hall of Famers. I'm not exactly sure who's coming this year. I have the list. It just kind of escapes my mind. But we always have 5 or 6 Hall of Famers that come up. Joe Thomas was there last year. So that's always good. And then we'll have some discussions with film-based discussions, right? So it could be, okay, Lane, what are you doing here against these twists, these stunts, this, that, on the road, can't hear, what are you looking at? Okay. So we'll talk through scenarios. And I used to run the film session. Now they have a guy that kind of like has it all loaded up already, which is fine. And then we'll have breakout sessions. So we'll have Creed Humphrey and the centers over here. We'll have, Trey Smith and the guards over here. We'll have Lane, and like last year, like Will Campbell was there, rookie from New England, right? So I introduced Will. Tony Baselli was there last year. So I introduced Will Campbell to Baselli. So like I'll sort of, take some of these young guys that are just drafted or still in high school or college, because we're getting these kids that are coming now. So I remember like the center for the Buccaneers right now. He went to Duke, and he used to come to this thing. Tyler Booker was coming to this thing when he was at
Wow.
Alabama. Now Booker's there, so you introduce the young guys to the older guys. So one of these breakout sessions, then we'll go out. Then we'll go out onto the field, and we'll do some field work where it could be passing stunts, it could be angles in the outside zone, it could be all these different things where it really benefits from being out there on the field. And then we'll come back and we'll do more classroom stuff. Then we'll have, we'll come back the next day and we'll pick it up from there. But the breakout sessions are really good because, the guys can really ask questions about certain things. And, some of these guys really like, and the same thing in Sac Summit. These guys are really, and what's really cool, these guys really share information to make the next guys better. I think I told you this. I remember last year at the Sac Summit, Milton Williams was there, and he had just gotten paid by the Patriots, right? He just got a second contract, got a big deal. The guys were so happy for him that he got that contract. It's like when people say it's a brotherhood,
Yeah.
they're looking to be the next generation pick up like Lane wants to see Tristan Wirfs be a great player. In fact, he had a bunch of guys down at his farm. He built a gym down in Oklahoma. So he had all these guys down, including the world's strongest man a couple weeks ago, world's strongest man, and they just went through powerlifting and things like that. So they had like about 20 guys down there. And all they're doing is trying to make these guys better pros, better professionals, better at their craft. And it's really cool to see these guys share.
Wow. He had the world's strongest man down there?
Yeah. I could look it. I forget. Have VG look it up. He was there. Yeah, he's got the I think he's got the deadlift record. And he's fairly young. But yeah, he was down there showing techniques about a lot of the lifts and how to maximize it. Yeah.
Wow. I had the boys at the gym two nights ago.
Yeah.
And Moscow wanted to work deadlifts. I'm like, you're a quarterback, dude. All right? I don't want you doing the deadlifts. I want him squats. I want his legs. All about squats.
I don't disagree, but like I used to have a lot of back issues. And I deadlift once or twice a week. And I have not stopped for 20 years. And I don't have any back issues.
Wow.
Like I don't have any. And I used to have a lot. But there's no better lift in the world than a deadlift.
Yeah.
Now, you got to be careful. For a young kid, he doesn't have to set any world records.
Well, that's
But
the point. He's 13 and all he
movement
wants
for
to do
your
is
core-
lift the world. You know what I mean?
No, but you got to be careful. But like that basic movement is so good for your body.
Yeah.
It's so good for your core strength.
Yeah.
This guy's name is Thor. Is it Thor Bjornsson?
No, that's
No?
not him. No, it's his last name I think begins with a P. I can look it up. It's in my phone. But
What do you got, Jules? You got it? Mitchell? Mitchell Cooper? Hooper?
man, that's
Hooper.
it. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Hooper drives the boat. Mitchell Hooper.
1,047 pounds.
1,047 pounds.
That makes Baldy giggle.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine?
That's like that. That's the front end of a Ford pickup truck.
My God. All right, we got our O-line.
Yeah.
Let's do the backs.
This gets a little tricky.
I'm
A little
Gibbs.
tricky. How many backs do you want? Do you want
I want
2 or 3?
3. Gibbs, to me, is the most dangerous back in the league.
Who is?
Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right. So Gibbs is dangerous. So look, you got to go King Henry. Even last year,
Yeah.
with the offensive line falling apart, at over 30 years old, coming off a 2,000-yard season, he still ran for 1,600 yards. And Lamar was hurt. He was out of the lineup. He still ran for 1,600. Like, he's unbelievable. Like, I
I would go Bijan.
Well, okay. Okay, fine. James Cook did lead the league in rushing. All right, I'm just throwing names out here, cuz.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah.
this is a discussion, right?
Yes.
So Bijan is special. He ran for 7 touchdowns. Okay. Jonathan Taylor from Salem, New Jersey, ran for almost 1,600, and he had 18 rushing touchdowns.
Yes. Yes.
And he's led the league in rushing.
Yes. The most underrated back in the league.
And they lost Danny Jones
Yes.
for the last 8 weeks of the season. They
That's
had no
a great
quarterback.
point.
You got Phillip Rivers in their quarterback, like
Yes.
he still ran for 1,600.
Yes.
And then you've got McCaffrey. Like he still had 2,000 yards of offense last year.
And
Now,
listen,
Bijan,
when he's
Gibbs,
healthy,
I got no problem. But
When
like,
he's-
what do you do with these other guys?
and we didn't even mention Saquon.
We didn't mention Saquon.
Wow. Wow. When you think about this, Jonathan, you're right about Jonathan Taylor. He gets no love.
18 rushing touchdowns.
He's out every week. It's 160.
Yeah, but like, okay, they started off 8-1 last year, and Danny Jones got hurt, and they collapsed, and they didn't have Phillip Rivers coming off the couch, right, from coaching his son's high school team to playing quarterback. Like, all they had to do was stop Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
And he ran for 1,600.
Well, how would you rank them? Because I think I go, man. I mean, I'm a Bijan
Look,
guy.
I love
think you're
Bijan
right
and
about Taylor.
Jameer as well. Like, and they're young and their legs are fresh and all of that. I honestly, I'd still put Derrick Henry number 1.
Wow.
We did this thing last year. So he's a great guy. He's just a great person.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was at the training camp last year, and he practice ends and he comes over, and I go, look, King. He goes, listen, Baldy. He goes right away. He goes, listen. He goes, I watched all your breakdowns, and yes, I got caught against Tennessee last year at the 6, and you're right. Like that motivated me this offseason. Like I should have scored on that touchdown run. I had a breakaway, and somebody from Atlanta came across the field and tackled him at the 6-yard line. It was bugging him. So I go, look, forget about that, kid. I go, I want you to stand up and let's just go eye to eye. Like he's as big as me. Like he's every bit of 6'3", 6'4", and 250, 255.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he still runs an elite 100-meter time.
Yeah. 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 No, I hear you. I mean, the thing about Gibbs is there's not a better route runner in the league as a running back than him. He's an elite route runner.
Yes, he's good. I mean, Christian McCaffrey's elite. I mean, Gibbs can score from anywhere on the field.
I mean, listen, I agree. McCaffrey is dangerous when he's healthy. He's ridiculous, right? Like you just
Bijan's a
feed
good
him.
receiver. Bijan's a very good receiver. Very good. It's hard. Like honestly, I don't know who to put it to, because you're right. Bijan, Gibbs, McCaffrey, Taylor, James Cook. When I were talking about him and what he did last year, like
they got ESPN did a thing where they questioned and polled 70 executives, coaches, and scouts to come up with their top. So while you guys are talking about this, here's what the survey they received. They have Bijan 1, Gibbs 2, Saquon 3, McCaffrey 4, Taylor 5, Henry 6, and James Cook 7th.
My guess is they deduct points from Taylor because he doesn't catch the ball out of the backfield.
Maybe they're just saying these. Who do you think are the best players right now at these positions?
At running back.
Yeah.
And they went Bijan, Gibbs,
Saquon, Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, James Cook, and then Devon Achane.
Achane's great. Yeah, Achane is like that. He catch the ball out of and he played on slop teams.
He's the only real weapon they had last year.
Yeah. It is, man. It's tough, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
hard.
funny.
It's hard. Like if you're trying to figure out your first team All Pro running back selection, like Do you do it by yards per carry, touchdowns, total yards?
I want to just do football eye. Like, with all the analytics, I want to create something called football eye.
Okay. All
and
right.
it's just football. Like, nobody watches more tape. I don't care. Coaches, you watch as much tape as any OC or DC in the league.
Yeah, that's unquestioned. Yeah, that's not even questioned. Nobody.
So let's go football eye.
Okay.
You're football, and we're gonna make. I even have the logo. It's a football with an eye in the middle of it.
All right.
Like with the eyeball. All right.
So you have AI, okay, and then you have the football eye.
You're right. Yes.
That's the battle. AI versus the football eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. All right.
So if you go football eye, Baldy goes Henry. What else? Call it.
I'd probably go Bijan next.
Yep.
Just because he just is so fluid. It's like he's just straight juice, man. I guess I got to go Bijan, although he's never seen the postseason, doesn't know what that's about.
Yeah, but that's not his fault.
I know. Well, no, it isn't. But I mean, sometimes you want to see what these guys look like in postseason when, you're doing everything you can to, to stop that guy.
And then you got to go Gibbs 3.
I go Gibbs over McCaffrey only because McCaffrey has got 3 seasons in his career right now of 400 plus touches.
Yeah,
like it's gonna take its toll.
I'm curious to see with no Montgomery what Gibbs is this year.
We'll see.
Let
me see what they're. Hang on a second. Let me just see something. What do they have? They have. They picked up Pacheco. So Pacheco's their backup right now. He's not. Montgomery would start games.
Yes.
Like he kind of got the table set.
Yeah.
In Detroit, just because he's even going back to his days at Iowa State, like he's just so hard to tackle.
Yeah. Pacheco's going to get 4 to 8 carries a game.
I mean, I would think Gibbs would get a lot more carries. I don't know if Gibbs has ever gotten 300 carries in a season.
And he catches the ball so, I mean, they use him out of the back.
He's very good.
So much.
Very good receiver.
All right, let's go wideouts. Let's go 4 wideouts.
Well, I mean, I'd go Puka, Jackson Smith and Jigba,
yep,
Jamar, in no particular order.
Right.
Like I put those top 3 right there. Now,
Jefferson,
the 4th, whoever you might. I mean, you could pick them. Like I don't think there's an argument against any of those 3.
I agree with you. I think those 3 are locks.
They're locks. Okay, so if you want your 4th now,
you got here. I'll throw names at you.
Well, I mean Justin Jefferson, but he's got no quarterback the last 2 years,
right?
So it's been tough for him. But he is an elite player, elite route runner. He knows how to get open. He's excellent after the catch. Like Justin, he's in a great category.
You got the Drake.
Drake is almost an unstoppable force because of his size. He did get hurt last year, so he backed off. But Drake is up there for sure.
You got AJ.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see how he bounces back this year. He's got the number 1 rated quarterback in the league, and Drake may throw him the ball. He led the league in yards per attempt. He gets the ball down the field. We'll see if AJ separates and if he can get back to looking like AJ because he didn't look like it last year.
You got CD.
CD can be 4 or 5 for sure. Okay, because he can beat you inside, he can beat you outside. He's either 4 or 5 on this list.
You got what's his face from the Texans, who's great.
Nico.
Yeah, Nico.
I'm not going to put him up there. He's a good player, but I'm not putting him up there.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams led the league in
I just
touchdown catches last
if
year.
Nico had a quarterback, I'd be curious.
You don't believe in CJ?
I mean, I like the kid, but he's not good. He just hasn't been good. Hasn't been consistent. Hasn't been good. I thought he'd be so much better, but I mean, Nico Collins is legit. Like if you had any kind of quarterback,
Good player. Good player.
I agree with you. He's not Drake London. He's not CeeDee Lamb, but like he's. I'm trying to think. I'll tell you, who's the kid from Missouri in Chicago? I think down the line it's going to be really good.
Luther Burden?
Yeah. I like him down the line.
Roma Dunze. I don't really see those guys.
They're not in that list. I'm just thinking about receivers come top of my head. Anyway, I think you got to go Chase.
You could say, if you want to put Amon-Ra St. Brown, what he has done, what he does, he's basically your slot. But I would say right now on this list, Puka, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Jamar, and if you want to put CD right there, like you can't be wrong.
I would agree. I like that. I like those. I like that. Let's go tight end.
All right. So
the tight ends are awesome. By the way, I love the tight ends. Like that position is become such a great position to watch.
All right. Well, I mean, Trey McBride had 126 catches last year and 11 touchdowns on a
unstoppable.
On a horrendous team with no wideouts. Like he had 126 catches. Like he does block some. Now he's not asked to do a lot. They've got other blocking tight ends, but it's not like he's like can't block a shadow. So it's kind of tough right now because like Pitts had a good year last year, but it's his first good year. Like Pitts was good last year, especially with Drake London getting hurt. But I just love Tyler Warren. Like
I agree. I love Tyler Warren. Yeah.
I like Tyler Warren. I like Darren Washington in Pittsburgh. He got hurt. Just his size alone, he's just a freak. He's a great blocker. There's nobody else like him in the league. But I if I got two tight ends, I think I'm going, and this is George Kittle is great. He's the best blocking tight end. He did get hurt, missed time last year. So I don't want to leave George out. But I would say right now, off of last year, like I'm looking at McBride and Warren right now.
Yeah.
If he didn't get hurt, where would Tucker Kraft fall?
Well, he'd be up there. He'd be up there in the top 5. Like he was on pace to lead them in receiving. He had some dominant games last year. He's a good player.
Yeah.
But he got hurt in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I'm with it. I like Kittle a lot though. Kittle's
I don't want to knock Kittle, but I mean he did get hurt last year. He missed time, but he is he's the best blocking tight end in the league.
Well, you're right about McBride though. McBride is amazing. He had a backup quarterback the whole league. He was unstoppable, and he's good, and he's a decent blocker. It's amazing. He's always open, and he's a decent blocker.
Great player. Great player.
He is. You know what else I love? And he's another one for the Bears. I love that Colston Loveland. I think he's going to be a star.
Had a good second half of the season. Now he's going to be a factor. Like he was the first tight end. He was drafted before Warren, and nobody thought that was going to happen in that draft. But maybe they saw something that that he does that they didn't think Tyler could do. Maybe it's explosive speed, whatever it might be. But I just like Warren's toughness, blocking ability, how they use him. I want to see him with Danny Dimes the whole year and see what he does.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Your top 3 QBs.
Well, I don't know how anybody could not put Stafford number 1 after the year that he had. Like he threw for 4,700 yards, right? He threw 46 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. That's not counting the postseason. He was unstoppable in the postseason.
And you know what's nuts about that? His numbers. Because there's times when I think McVay gets too conservative. Like he doesn't. There are times when I'm like, dude, you got to go kill. He doesn't go for the kill enough. Like he works clock a lot.
Interesting.
All right. And like I think his numbers can even be even more obscene.
I mean, that was his 17th year. And the thing that's interesting, if I see him in training camp this year, if I go out there, he didn't take one snap in the preseason, training camp or preseason, not one. He had a bad back. Like if I'm Stafford, I'm like, why ever practice? Just get ready for the first week. Just get ready to go play 20 games. Because I think this Aaron Donald thing is going to happen. Like, I believe it's going to happen. I think he's joining Myles Garrett. Like, it's going to be, you imagine if Stafford gives them the lead in the fourth quarter and they turn Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett loose?
Scary.
You imagine what that is going to look like?
And you got a secondary now.
Like, honestly, it's an all-star team. Like, I think AD is going to – I think he's coming. Like, I think McVay is in his ear a couple times. Like, I'm not here to report anything, okay? I just have this gut feeling that Aaron Donald's like, I ain't going to play for anything else, but if I get a chance to play with Myles Garrett and the Super Bowl is back in L.A.,
yeah,
and we get a chance to host it again like we did 5 years ago.
Yeah. Yes. You're right. And it's going to be frightening. All right, I'm with you. Like, off of last year, how's Stafford not number one?
I don't know. Like, I'm like, the numbers are, first of all, if you forget about how many wins and NFC Championship game, he threw for 365 yards in the NFC Championship game, right? I mean, he was unstoppable, but, he's 37 or 38 years old, and literally, like, I could go through and I could pull out 10 no-look passes in the middle of the field. The type of throws that any quarterback that's ever played would be afraid to throw.
Yes.
He has no fear of making a throw.
Yeah, no fear. Are you going to go Mahomes or Joe?
Well, both were hurt last year. So, I mean, obviously, either one of those guys is two in a year where they're healthy, or one. But I mean, Drake May did lead the league, and
you're going to go Josh,
and highest rated quarterback, and gets his team to a Super Bowl. I mean, there's something, and Darnold didn't have the greatest numbers, but he won a Super Bowl and was unstoppable in the postseason. So, I mean, it's hard. Like, if Joe's healthy, like, he's as good as anybody that plays the game. If Mahomes is healthy, he's the gold standard. So, it just depends on.
You're going to go Josh too?
You can put Josh in there, but Josh didn't have. He doesn't have what Joe Burrow has to throw to or Stafford has to throw to. He doesn't have that luxury of guys like that. But Lamar had an off year last year, and he got hurt. So you could put Josh, Joe, or Patrick right there. We'll see. We'll see what Drake does in a second. In this year.
Who would you leave off? If you got to leave, you got to leave. It's three.
Well, I'd go Stafford. I'd go Mahomes, and I'd go Josh.
Yeah. There you go. I would agree. I agree with that.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
It is hard. I mean, obviously, Joe's Joe, but I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid exercise of the all Baldy Cuz offense. Preseason.
All right. I'm sure, I mean, the thing about any of these lists is, like, there's going to be somebody that's going to fight back on us and tell us we're idiots. Like,
fun. And listen, I just want to talk football. This is all this is
it's an exercise
in talking football. That's it.
That's
it's
it.
True.
I'm
it's
with
the
you,
eye test. We're just going eyes. Still football eyes.
Do you know what happens on July 7th every year, Cuz? Today's July 7th.
No.
July 7th every year at 7 in the morning starts the Corrida de Toros in Pamplona, Spain. It's the running of the bulls, July 7th every year. 777. So 30 years ago today, I ran with the bulls in Pamplona.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that pic. I mean, you showed me the picture. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's an event. That's an event right there.
I think we should go back and
the
find
Mura bulls. These things are bred to be the meanest bulls out there.
Let's go.
Like two sets of 6 bulls running through the streets of Pamplona into the bull ring.
No, we should go back and do it, Baldy.
I ain't running with. I'm not running against those bulls at my age right now. No way.
Come on, man. You're a superhero.
Well, I mean, look. I mean, if I drink tequila all night with you, I'll feel a little bit better, a little bit more charged when I start lining up. You know, because you don't sleep the night before. You're just up all night.
Let's go, man. I'm in. Let's go next year. 777.
I'm so in to watch this and record it.
Let's go.
Cool. What's cool is
blown hamstrings,
back when
Achilles.
Back before cell phones and all that stuff, you know, in 95, 96, whenever I ran, they had these Fuji cameras set up all along the way, right? So they're just snapping, right, the whole time. So so then they post all these pictures, and then you could go in and look at it and find yourself like right next to a Mura bull, like passing you, and you can get that picture blown up into a poster, whatever. It was pretty
that's
cool.
fabulous.
One of the things that was pretty cool.
That's fabulous. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it, brother. Next year.
Okay. All right.
Hey, by the way, you got to get back to Jersey next week.
Okay, I will.
All
I think I'm coming back on like Wednesday, I think.
Well, you want to take a ride with me to see Matt? I'm supposed to go see Matt next week.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where is he at?
He's in Cape May.
Cape May, yeah. I'll go down and see Matt.
And in fact, Matt and Spags. It's going to be a big football week next week.
But Spags is in Jersey too?
Yeah, but I think he said that we're supposed to get together the 12th and 13th.
Okay. Yeah, I think I could do it on the 13th. I'm pretty sure.
Let me know.
I'm coming back from.
We'll go meet him.
I think. Yeah, we'll make that happen. I'll go with you.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
And then we'll do Matt. We'll go hang with Matt one day.
That'd be great, man. Love it.
All right, brother.
See you guys.
You're the man. Baldy. Football. I'm way late, am I, Jules? I am way late. Okay. Well, sometimes you just want to talk football. All right. Let's take a quick break and come back and take another quick break. Let's talk about the BetParx Sportsbook online casino app. What do you got today, Mr. Soccer?
We're going Argentina money line, over 2.5 goals and over 6.5 corner kicks, pays plus 172.
Argentina all the way. I'm rooting Messi. I do like. He's probably.
Then on a side bet, you do Messi first goal.
I will root Argentina for the rest of the way. I think.
All right.
I like Argentina. I'll go Argentina. Check it all out on the BetParx Sportsbook app and all the baseball. Phil's, I love Wheeler tonight. Wheeler's going to pitch like gem against the Reds tonight. I'm feeling Zach. Check it out, betparx.com. You get up to $500 casino bonus back. And if you're a new customer, 500 spins on the soccer game. Goal, collect them. You got to be in PEA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. You got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, the BetParx Sportsbook online casino app. Let's talk about Rothman. And here's the beauty of Rothman, right? You don't have to live in pain. I mean, sometimes we all try to tough it out. I'm an idiot when it comes to stuff like this. You don't have to tough it out. Just go to Rothman. You don't have to deal with it. The team at Rothman Orthopedics has you covered. The best doctors in the orthopedic care, all right? Dr. Alon, my man. He's the best. He's got back from Italy. One of the greats. They're everyone, they're special. Whether it's back, it's legs, it's arms, wrists, hands, neck. They got you covered. They are the best in the business. Knees and elbows and ankles. They're right there. Rothman now, you get immediate access to an orthopedic expert for guidance when you need it. At Rothman Orthopedics, your mobility is their mission. Book today at rothmanortho.com/PHLY and get back to doing what you love to do. pain-free. Rothman. Love our people at Rothman. Coming up, there's a great day today because it's a Baldy Legs Day today.
Yeah.
So,
Perfect.
Chances are
Perfect.
I will probably be late next hour, too. Because talking about Jaylen Brown with legs is going to be a lot of fun, BG.
Yeah, as the Celtics had their press conference, it made no sense. They're saying, well, we saw the landscape and we don't want two players' salary being like 70% of our payroll. And it's like, that would make sense if you didn't get Paul George back. It's 1 year shorter. So you're basically saying we're just in a holding pattern for 3 years. 3 years we'll be able to do it. A year quicker with Paul George, and unless they think they can move Paul George.
I don't know. Good luck.
Yeah.
We're gonna move Paul George? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know what they're thinking.
They're paying Mitchell Robinson real money. Like I don't see it. I don't like it. But whatever. It's our game. Cannot wait to hear what Legs has to say about this squad. All right, let's do this. Let's take another quick one, real quick. All right, and then we'll come back and talk to Legs. How's that? Is that good, Jules? All right, let's do that because I'm a chatty guy. TrueMark Credit Union. Let's talk about what I like, something that actually rewards the way you already spend your money. Exactly what you get with the Everyday Elite Visa credit card from TrueMark Credit Union. VG.
Love TrueMark.
We're talking up to 4% cash back on eligible purchases, including gas. Something you need every other day. Gas. How about food? How about takeout? For a limited time, new cardholders also get a 0% introductory APR on purchases for the first 12 months, then 17.99% APR after that. More cash back, less cash. Apply today, TrueMark.com, or you can stop by any of their TrueMark 24 branch locations. Rates based on credit worthiness, 4% cash back on eligible purchases. Bonus categories capped annually. Restrictions apply. Visit TrueMark.com for details. Insured by the NCUA. Hey, what's next week? The All-Star Game. What are we going to be? The center of the universe of the country again. All the spotlight shines on Philadelphia. That's right. The center of the baseball universe. MLB All-Star Week, July 10th through the 14th. You're not going to want to miss this. 5 days, one city, our city, every eye in baseball on us. We've got the culture, the competition, the celebration, the biggest stars, the biggest fans, all in one place for America's summer tradition. That's it. Stars come out. The fans are going to take over. And this city is going to come alive. This isn't just a game, everybody. It's a homecoming. So don't miss MLB All-Star Week. It's for the people. Head to allstargame.com to learn more. Oh, I love that read. Love it. Oh, Jules. All-Star Game.
Got like 3 or 4 days of activity.
I love the All-Star Game.
I don't understand anyone who doesn't. When I was a kid, we used to get like a little black and white TV, put it outside on the front patio with extension cords and watch the game. Nice summer night.
Who were we arguing with didn't love the All-Star Game?
Probably Murph.
Yes.
I mean, who else?
It was Murph.
It's probably going to be Murph.
It was Murph.
I got friends who are like, man, I'm like, this is like, it's the classic. I love it.
Yeah, I was like, he was a baseball. I go, dude, the All-Star Game. Yeah. Dude, can I tell you something? When I was covering baseball, I walked in a club. I'll never forget covering the All-Star Game. Was I in Texas? I think it was in Texas. I don't know, whatever. I go in, and I just see Ken Griffey Jr. I go from clubhouse to clubhouse. I think Tony Gwynn was junior. Tony Gwynn. I'm trying to remember the National League. Bonds. Right?
Yeah, that's insane.
And I remember going, wow. And I knew these guys. Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz.
Yeah.
Right? McGriff, Grime Dog, Sosa, McGuire. I walked in that clubhouse, and every one of those dudes was there.
That's crazy, man.
And I knew a lot of them because I cover ball, so I knew a lot of the guys. I was very close with Junior. He was my man. I love Ken Griffey Jr. So I walked up to him. I remember the first thing, like, dude, this is awesome. And he was like, and he's one of the greats. He's like, I love it.
Right.
Looking around.
Yeah.
Then I walk in the American League and you see Clemens, right? You see, I'm trying to remember back then, those guys. Like, there was a million of them. Like, they were all over the place.
Donnie Baseball there?
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
Nah, Jeter.
Yeah.
Jeter.
Mariano
was definitely there.
Yeah, it's insane. You're amongst the gods right there, and the living baseball gods.
Who else who might have been there? I'm trying to think. Was Joe Carter? Who was going from team to team? They were all there. I mean, I loved it. I walked in the clubhouse like, I love baseball. Like, I think about it. Like, as much as, like, I can do a romance novel on all 4 major sports.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could.
All right.
All 4 of the sports, I could do a romance novel. Because I could walk in there, like, I think back to those days walking in the clubhouse and those, like, their baseball cards come to life.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, hockey was a little tough for me. I only played street hockey. So it was like,
yeah,
I didn't have the same, like, relationship I had as the other sports. But yeah.
We were big hockey. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
play it, like, in that sense.
Yeah.
Like, I played the other sports, but.
Roller hockey, but.
Yeah, but I loved it. Like,
Yeah.
we were big Flyers. I mean, we were huge Flyers people. Anyway, we was hockey people. Like, to this day, I follow, like, the league.
Mm-hmm.
But I love these, like, I could do romance novels on all 4 of those sports.
Yeah.
And All-Star Weekend.
Something about it.
Oh, my God, it's fantastic. That's why, like, when Murph was poo-pooing it.
He was just having a bad day, I think. He's in a weird mood yesterday.
I don't know.
Dude, the chat is crazy today. We've had a guy coming in talking about apocalyptic explosions going to happen, and then he's like, someone said there's the FIFA World Cup trophy is a serpent being. That guy popped in.
That same guy said that.
I
got him. He's gone.
He's gone.
Wait, what? Wait,
the FIFA
World Cup
FIFA
trophy
is a serpent being. I don't know what's going on.
And what's going to happen?
Some kind of big nuclear event in New York City is going to happen. That's what this guy was saying.
When's that?
I don't think he had a timeline.
No?
No, I think Julia kicked him out.
All right. We got some time before that, to hang out?
Good. It's New York. We're good down here.
I don't know. We're pretty close.
I don't.
Anyway. Damn.
You seen a video of the guy well, there's a few people at BJ's in Monmouth County, New Jersey.
Oh, that's
the roof fell in, and like a whole tidal wave came in behind it. Like, how much water was collected on the roof?
Are you serious?
Yeah, there was so much weight. The roof came down, and there's so much water. Like, shelves are being floated and pushed, and people get knocked out of the way. Everyone was safe. No one got hurt. But the video from that storm was crazy.
How about the rains? Like, the rains are insane.
Yeah, apparently I got a leak in the roof. I thought I had it fixed, but not when monsoons come down. It's 5 inches of rain in a day.
It's crazy.
It's just like today's nice out. I don't think there's a threat of rain.
Oh my God.
FIFA Illuminati X-Men says.
The FIFA trophy's a serpent
being.
I had all that, man.
God bless you, man. If that's what your world is, have at it.
Hey, enjoy yourself. Let's
go on. Don't start. You don't have to be dropping those nuggets on us.
All right. Love Phillies coming up next. Legs. Oh, you can't miss what Tim Legler will have to say on the Sixers. Clap your hands.
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody. Love Phillies coming up. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. It's not just a title, Love Philly. It's a feeling. It's a heartbeat. A city that never asked for permission to be itself. That's us, right? That's our personality. Philadelphia doesn't pretend. Philadelphia is. And now in 2026, the world comes back to Philadelphia. Not just to remember, but to celebrate. The show isn't just about what's happening. It's about who we are while it's happening. Because Philadelphia isn't a backdrop. It's a character. It's the voice that tells it like it is. The guy at the end of the bar who doesn't sugarcoat a thing. It's the family that's been on the same block for generations. It's the artist, the athlete, the builder, the believer. It's the lifer, the dreamers, the grinders. It's all of us. And that's what Love Philly's about. We're going to sit with people that make this place go. The ones who built it, the ones carrying it, the ones pushing it forward. The legends who left their mark. Not just the championships, not just the headlines, but the moments in between. The way the city shows up for itself, the way it refuses to be anything other than real. And through it all, we're going to remind ourselves and show the world what Philadelphia is. It's not just a stereotype. It's not a punchline. It's a foundation. It's a force. It's a city that gave birth to a nation and never stopped building. So as the country turns 250 and the spotlight finds Philadelphia again, this is our moment to tell the story the right way. Not polished, not filtered, real, authentic, proud. Because this city just doesn't rise to the occasion. It defines it. This is Love Philly. Love Philly brought to us by Wawa. Wawa loves Philly. We love our Wawa. That's right. The Love Philly Hour. I am in love with the Sixers are doing. I absolutely love them. I cannot wait to talk the legs. I cannot wait. VG, I've been waiting for since it happened. I wonder what legs going to say.
You're going to tell us we're going to the finals. LeBron's coming. Finals bound.
I mean, with or without LeBron.
Finals bound. I believe it.
I mean, listen, there's going to be someone. There's third. McGinty's done. Simons.
Yeah, we got some players coming off the bench who actually shoot.
I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. What he's done, what more he didn't do, and what he's done so quick.
Oh, my God. I mean, I can't wait to talk the legs. He's coming up next, but we got to take a quick TO and then get right to him because I cannot wait to hear from our man. By the way, a birthday yo to Tracy, Pet Shop Eddie's girl, his wife,
right?
Longtime wife. They're doing an Oregon vacation.
Oh, nice.
And
Pacific Northwest.
So he's out in Seattle. So I want to make sure we wish Tracy a happy birthday. She's terrific. All right, let's take care of some business. Then we got legs. Pumped up for legs. Let's talk about the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app, the World Soccer Center, but also futures. So what are the Sixers right now to win it all?
To win it all?
Or win the East? Let's take the East.
Let me see.
Because they had not been out of the second round. So let's get out of the second round. Let's win the East.
NBA East. The East is, they should be pretty good.
6-1.
Atlantic Division. They're plus 450. The East.
To win the division?
Yeah.
That's a good number.
To win the conference, you have your Knicks at plus 300, Celtics plus 450, Sixers plus 700. They've jumped the Cavs.
Look at that. Plus 450 win a division. I think they win a division, dude.
Yeah.
That's a good. Check out the BetParks app for everything. Your soccer hub, baseball, futures. It's all right there. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland. BetParks.com to get all the details for all your bonuses, which are immensely when you sign up. You can check it out. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's talk about Xfinity and the 5-year price guarantee. What if I told you that you could keep your internet price, your Wi-Fi the same? And I'm talking like Xfinity Wi-Fi, right? So the best stuff. You get the best equipment. You get everything, like super intelligent Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems. Like I'm in my house, I got the one kid playing NBA Jam or the show or whatever it is. The other kid's downstairs doing his thing on a video game that I don't understand. And then you got my wife doing something, watching her shows, and I'm watching sports. And it works in perfect harmony. That's the Xfinity. It's the same price. Xfinity.com. You can check it out. Xfinity. All right? Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply. Now, joining us. Leg day. Oh, we got to get leg day. I love that file. Leg day. Do it, VG.
Leg day. Leg day. Leg day.
All right. That's okay. There he is.
What? I can't do it without the proper introduction. Where's the video?
All right. Jules, get it up.
Come on.
Come on.
This is the voice you hear in this camp. Come on, master. Let's go.
Get back.
We got it?
Move the ball. Move the ball.
Leg day.
Yo.
Leg day. Leg day.
That's actual footage from me yesterday at the gym down here in Seattle.
Brother, I could not wait to talk to you. I could not wait.
I bet you couldn't.
Oh my God. This is awesome.
Let me guess. You've already gone out there and put a couple of those, beach lawn chairs out for the parade route.
That's right.
All right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. All right. Come on.
At least the East. All right. They're going to win the East. What do you think, brother?
Yeah, listen, look on paper, they have enough to win the East. They've got enough to seriously contend for a title. But the problem is a lot of that still, unfortunately, is going to depend on Joel Embiid. Like, if you take Embiid out of the mix at the wrong time of the year, yeah, that's still a lot of firepower, a lot of talent. But VJ Edgecombe is just a second-year player. Maxey and Jaylen Brown are established stars in this league. And honestly, you just added your best player. Jaylen Brown is now your best player. So there's not a lot of teams that already have a lot of talent that are kind of in the mix on paper. You look at them and saying that's a lot of talent, as we have for the Sixers, that are able to add a guy, and now that's their best player. That's what the Sixers just did, but you're still going to have to have that differentiating force to really realistically convince me they could win the East, win a title. And that means Joel Embiid not only just being upright, but being effective and impactful. And he doesn't necessarily have to carry the load that he used to now that you've added Jaylen Brown, certainly. But if Joel Embiid isn't available, if he's a shell of himself, if he's touching the ball too much when he's not close to 100%, and that's how you're running your offense, that's how you're going to operate, that'd be a tough sell for me to think that they're going to win the East anyway, or they're going to win a title anyway. So they still are going to need that, and obviously that's something that we're just going to have to sit all season and wait for. But look, there's no question, even without him, adding Jaylen Brown to the mix to go with Maxey and Edgecombe, like you look at that team, you add some firepower, some punch off the bench as well with Simons. We'll see how long it takes, Philon to develop, but he's a very talented player. I don't know what you can realistically expect as a rookie. You look at that on paper and you go, okay, this is a team that, even without Embiid, is absolutely going to be in the mix in that topper tier of the Eastern Conference. You add Embiid to the mix, now you could convince me, if he's healthy and looks pretty good when the playoffs start, that can make a run, 6-week to 8-week run. You could convince me of that then. There's a lot has to happen between now and then for me to really buy into that.
Dude, I love the Simons, man. Off the bench, all of a sudden you got real pieces off the bench.
Well, Simons is legitimately, is a big-time scorer. I mean, this was a guy that was more than 20 plus when he became his team in Portland, post-Lillard era. It became his team. He's a guy that's a high-volume three-point shooter that shoots at a pretty high rate. I think he's 38 for his career. He's always hovering around that 40% mark, which with that kind of volume, that's a respectable percentage. 38 and up, you'll take it from a guy that's going to shoot 6, 7, 8 of those a night. That's what he's going to do. And it's actually even going to be more specialized on this team because you're not going to need him as much to be a primary playmaker when you've got Maxey and you've got Jaylen Brown now. You're going to run the ball through Embiid when he's on the floor, and even Edgecombe is going to continue to grow in that area. You don't even need it as much. Now it even is more specialized with the second unit. Take and make three-point shots. He can get them in other ways, but it's going to be the three-point shooting and the spacing that he's going to provide, because he is capable on any given night of giving you 4, 5, 6 made threes. I mean, he's a threat to do that at any time. So I like that signing as well, particularly that number. That's basically bargain basement cheap to pick up a guy that productive at that number.
Yeah, I like the Dean Wade move. Like, here's a guy that's good. He could defend like any position in the front court. He'll hit a three, but he really doesn't need the ball. You got a lot of scoring. You need somebody who's going to be a willing rebounder, play defense. So he's a fit. Huck Purdy as the athletic big off the bench. I love Gazzi's vision. It's like you got a real basketball guy in there, like a guy who thinks the game, that's got a vision for his team.
He's done this has been a phenomenal offseason. The Jaylen Brown move alone, if that's all they got accomplished, you're going, man, that's one of the best off seasons in the entire league to make that happen and basically move out from under an untradeable contract, which is what Paul George to me represented. And not only do you move them, because just moving that contract is a chore. And who knows what you get back. I think most people in Philadelphia probably would have been happy to move out from under that no matter what you got.
Yes.
But you're getting an all-league player, a guy that, was, even in some people's minds should have got some MVP consideration last year for that team to win that many games without Jason Tatum. So that alone, but then when you add in the Dean Wade signing, the Philon pick, and add Anthony Simons, you pick up Huck Purdy as your backup center, that is a tremendous offseason for the Sixers. And everybody should be excited. And look, here's what you have to do now. Put it in context with the rest of the Eastern Conference. You just go team by team. Who got better, who didn't? Who got worse? That's what you're looking at here. You can make an argument for Detroit that they got better. They added John Collins. They added Isaiah Joe. They addressed a significant need. Both of those guys, you could play Collins now at the 4, and he could step out and shoot the 3. And Isaiah Joe, obviously, that's a professional three-point shooter. That's a 40% three-point shooter that defends. So you don't have to sacrifice defense.
What do you think they do with Duran?
And that's a tough one, man. Obviously, he really hurt himself with how he played in the playoffs. But I'm looking at him and I'm saying he's 22. Okay, that was his first time going through something like that. The expectations were off the charts. And what happened, two teams in a row, really, they came up with a formula against that team to take away what he was so good at, which is the short roll, catch it on the short roll. He's got great hands, big power, and he can make that play from the foul line in and drive it at you and score. They were eating people alive with that all year with the two-man game with Cunningham. You get to the postseason, and teams decided, we're going to put one of our best defenders on Asar Thompson, who you don't need to guard at all at the three-point line, and let him just hang out on the edge of the lane. And on those short rolls, they're right in Duran's lap. They did it with Suggs in Orlando, and then they did it with Mobley, a defensive player of the year. They took Mobley, which should have been his natural matchup, and they put him on Thompson. You don't have to guard him. Don't worry about it. We're going to leave him. Stay at the edge of the lane, take away all the short rolls so that Jared Allen could jump out and blitz on the ball screen. When Duran rolls, come up the lane and meet him right there. He can't get anything. And so Duran now has to show people they can develop a counter, not just Duran, JB Bickerstaff, their team, their system, their scheme, because they didn't solve that. And you got to solve that as a staff. You can't just have a guy go from 20-10 in the regular season, make third-team All-NBA, and get those numbers almost cut in half in the postseason. You can't survive that with a team that has anemic three-point shooting. They need those point paints out of Jalen Duran to survive in the playoffs last year. So now it's on them. But what did they do? They went out and they got other options to space the floor. You got Isaiah Joe on the floor. Look, and again, he's not as big as Asar Thompson. Asar Thompson is the best defensive players in the league because of his size. Isaiah Joe is a great on-ball defender. Great on-ball defender. Now, he's not as big. He can't switch onto as many guys as Thompson. But the other end of the floor, now you've got Duncan Robinson and Isaiah Joe on the floor at the same time. And you want to run that action? Good luck trying to load up in the paint on those short rolls. They're going to beat you now with 3-point shooting. They couldn't do that the last 2 years. So they got better. Hard to make an argument Boston got better. You'd be impossible to convince me of that. The Knicks, you can't sit here and convince me that they got better. They lost pieces. The Cavaliers basically stood pat, lost Dean Wade. They stood pat. That you can't convince me that team got any better, and they've got obviously they're not tough enough mentally in the postseason to get it done. Toronto clearly got better. Atlanta got better. Now there's one team. Miami obviously got a lot better. Picking up Giannis, but the one team that nobody's talked about, you got to remember the Indiana Pacers get Tyrese Halliburton and Zubac into the mix. So and Siakam is still there. So that's a team now that goes from 19 wins to the probably top 5 in the East. So the East, some teams are going to take a step forward. Some teams are going to reemerge after a year off, like the Pacers. Some teams either stood pat or got worse. Philadelphia got, to me, significantly better. So you look at them and you go, yes, right now you're sitting here clearly, that should be a top 4 team if they're healthy in the Eastern Conference. I'm talking about regular season standings because they're not trying to win 62 games. They're not going to push guys like that. So that should be a top 4 team in the regular season, and if they're healthy, can make a legitimate run to win the conference.
So let me ask you, now there's one guy out there that can affect the balance of power, right? I mean, LeBron, on where he goes, can have an impact on whether it's Cleveland or Philadelphia. Like, if you think about it, Gansey obviously is close with him. There's a gaping hole at 4. I mean, like Dean Wade's fine and all, but like if you got LeBron, it's very attractive for him because he doesn't have to shoulder the scoring load with Maxey and Brown. He likes Tyrese, Joel, the whole thing. It makes a lot of sense if he's not going back to Cleveland. And Cleveland is, for the story of LeBron, makes the most sense. But if not Cleveland and Philadelphia, I would think would make sense for him.
Well, I'm going to be clear about one thing because some people that get paid to do this stuff for a living, I don't know where the credentials are to even comment on some of this stuff. So when I read stuff that like LeBron wouldn't be a good fit here, would be a good fit here, there's not a team on the planet LeBron James is not a good fit for. And I mean that at this stage of his career, particularly because now, to your point, he doesn't have to carry that kind of burden. He is a guy that single-handedly can really beat teams now with his passing for stretches of games. His playmaking alone, with guys that want to get out and run the floor, with like him taking it off the glass, bringing it up the court. You got Maxey running one wing. You got Jaylen Brown running the other. You got Edge come out there. You got 2-man game with Embiid and like what he could run with that. Like there's no team on the planet that LeBron James doesn't make sense for. So some people trying to dissect it. Oh no, he wouldn't be a good fit here. It wouldn't be. Come on, man. It's LeBron James. It's LeBron James. And the guy still, number one, athletically, it defies everything we know about biomechanics, what this guy looks like at his age with that kind of pounding and those number of minutes, the deep playoff runs that he's been in, which is like adding another 3-4 years to a normal career, just a postseason alone that he's played in. But his passing, his IQ, like all of that stuff, yes, instantaneously makes you better. I mean, I wish I could sit here and tell you I knew what he was going to do.
Right.
I have no idea. And it in some ways feels like he's enjoying probably like all of this, all of this talk and speculation and hype. I think you're going to get an answer pretty soon. It sounds like from everything I've heard, both publicly that you and I could both read and also privately people I've talked to in the industry, it sounds like that's a legitimate possibility.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could put a percentage on it. Like if it's a pie chart, I don't know what percentage of the pie I'm giving to, him end up in Philadelphia. I don't know, but it sounds like absolutely that's a team that's in the mix. Sounds like Miami's still in the mix. Cleveland's still in the mix. And I heard from the beginning that Golden State was the team that most likely was going to get him. That seems to have waned a little bit. So I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but it sounds like Philadelphia is one of those teams that's a daily part of the conversation.
And, if they don't land him, it's interesting to see the Embiid situation because you started with Lee talking about Joe. And what I don't know is how do you want to play fast with Brown, Maxey, and Edgecombe? You're playing this athletic, fast style. And I don't know how that jives with Joel because And he's been pretty quiet. So it's kind of odd here. I don't know how it meshes. Like, I don't know how, we talk about availability, but how do you play one way? And then when he's on the floor, it's like, well, it's really Maxi's team, and it's kind of Jaylen Brown, and you're really like a backup third option. And
I think it would be wise to significantly reduce his minutes and usage in the regular season, and in postseason. I think that he's a guy now that when he's out there, you have to play through him. If you're not playing through him, you can't have him on the floor because he's so good offensively still. He takes up so much space. He's not going to move a lot without the ball. He's going to occupy areas of the floor that you need for cutters and spacing and ball screens. He's there, and he's really, really talented. So you're going to still give him his touches when he's on the floor. But those don't need to be 32, 34, 35-minute nights. They don't. They need to be mid-20s, low 20s. And play through him when he's on the floor. And then you have this other styles. In some ways, it can be a difficult thing for teams to really prepare for and how you're going to guard on both styles, because you do need two different styles if he's on your roster. You're not, and look, with what he makes in this stage of his career and the number of injuries, you got him. He's going to be there. So the question is, how do you utilize him in conjunction with the way that we want to play when he's not on the floor and these other pieces that we have, and we're playing so that we're playing to their strengths? That's all there is to it. There's two styles. And to me, that can't be the predominant style. He showed you the value last year when he came back. They don't beat Boston without him coming back in the series. They did not. It was crazy because they didn't have an answer for that. And I don't think they expected to not have an answer for that. I mean, Ikeda was the one guy that could somewhat guard him, but all he did was commit fouls, foul after foul after foul, and take himself off the floor. And now you're going with Vucevic, and you're going with Garza, and you're going with playing small and trying to guard him with like Derek White. It's like you can't do it. So he turned that series on its head. So it shows you he still has that kind of value in certain matchups. But you've got to play two different styles. There's no way around it. And the only way that can work is if that style is not the predominant style. The speed and the open floor and utilizing these three guys on the perimeter, that's got to be your primary style. Maybe four if you get LeBron. And then the half court grinded out play through him, that can be part of your repertoire offensively, but it can't be the majority. It's got to be the minority style. And that means you've got to now reduce his minutes, reduce his usage, and still give him a series of touches to let him get rhythm in both halves. But it's not the way that you're hanging your hat every night, because you cannot rely on him being there on April 15th. You can't count on it. So you better figure out a way for that other style to be really kind of how you're riding this. And we got this, by the way. We could also go to Embiid when we need to, beat teams up that way. But this is the style that's probably going to be most reliable when we need it to be, and to get us through multiple series in the postseason. That's the way I view this team. There is a use for him, clearly. It can't be his team. It just cannot be, because you can't depend on him being available.
The issue is going to come, like, when do you go to that style? Do you go to that style at the end of games? You go to that style to start the fourth quarter?
Well, I think that can be, honestly, that can be a night-to-night thing. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to sit there every night going in saying, oh, this is what we're doing, hell or high water. You can tell, we all can tell on a given night. How's he moving? How's his lift? How's he finishing? Is he drawing fouls? Some nights he doesn't have that stuff. Then that can't be your finishing style.
Right.
That's not smart. That's not smart basketball, particularly when you got a guy like Jaylen Brown now.
Right.
Okay, and what he just did this year and put a team on his back and carried them late game situations over and over and over. A guy that's been a finals MVP, so he gets it done under pressure. No, like, you can't be now. But if there's those nights when he looks better, he's moving better, he's got a particularly favorable matchup where you're like, man, they have no answer for this, and you're going to force double teams and kickouts, yeah, do it. But I just don't think, and I think Nick Nurse is smart enough to figure that out. He doesn't have to sit there and be married to any one style going into a game and premeditate it. That's something you can kind of play by ear, and let's see how it goes tonight. How does he look when we get to the fourth quarter? Has he had an efficient night? Because when he's playing well, his nights are always efficient. When you get to the fourth quarter and he's 40% from the field, on a given night and he's taking 4 free throws, that tells you right there that it just can't be
Yeah.
the way
He's
you're going to
tugging
go
at his
to
shorts.
win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating because it makes a lot of sense. Whereas you don't be married to some style. The only thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to convince him that, dude, some nights you ain't the man. Some nights you're not going to finish the game.
Because
I can't have him on
Yeah.
the floor. If I have him on the floor, he's going to demand the ball. He's going to slow you down.
Listen, man, I'm not, and one thing I want to be clear about, I'm making very complicated things,
Right.
very, very tenuous conversations sound simple.
Yeah.
None of this is simple, but that's why guys make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. From the stars to the head coaches, to the staff, guys make a lot of money in the front office to have these conversations and to figure this stuff out. But to me, you don't go out and acquire a guy like Jaylen Brown unless you are 100% telling him, we don't want you to change anything. Why would you go acquire a guy and then ask him to tone it down a little bit with his usage? Jaylen Brown is a particular style of player. The thing I love about him is, even on the nights when he was playing with Tatum, and even on the nights would go back to the championship when they had more help even all over the floor, he could have nights maybe his usage was a little bit less. He doesn't do anything differently defensively. He doesn't require to be hidden from a matchup. He takes on challenges. He guards. He plays hard every night. He's tough. And so, look, he wants his hands on the ball. He wants his shots. He wants his touches. What star player doesn't? Particularly the way he's feeling about himself coming off last season. So you don't bring him in here and ask him to change. That's a great thing, I think, that about these guys. I think Maxey is a guy that could just get it. Go play. Just go play basketball. And he's going to find a way to get to his number. I think Edgecombe is a guy that could go play basketball. They'll be okay. And Embiid is a little different, man. It just can't be just, we're just going to run a free-flowing offense. Hopefully you can move without the ball well and end up in good spots. He's not that kind of player. He is high ball screen, roll him into the post. He's cross screen, bring him into the block. He's let him operate at the elbows with an ISO, and hold it and jab. That's how he wants to play. There's going to be stretches of games that looks like that. But you don't ask Jaylen Brown to come in here and be some sacrificial lamb to make this work. That makes no sense whatsoever. You bring Jaylen Brown in here, like I said, he's your best player. That's your best player. And you need to utilize him as such. Doesn't mean he's going to take the same number of shots he did in Boston last year. That's impossible. That's impossible. I mean, look at their start. Look who they started last year.
Right.
That's not what this starting lineup's going to look like. So he's not going to take that many shots, but doesn't mean that. But you're not going to sit there and ask him to blend in. He's not going to be a Paul George a lot of nights where he's going to get you 16, 18. You're asking him to come in and go be an all-league player. First team, second team all-league player like he was this year. Go be that. Other guys, it's our job to now incorporate an offense where you can just be yourself, and we're going to blend this all in together. It's going to take time, by the way. This isn't going to be something that happens opening night. It's going to take time for everybody to get comfortable with each other where they're not stepping on toes or being overly deferential. It's not an easy thing to work out when you acquire this kind of talent, when you already have some talent. So now that's the key here. And that's guys buying into each other, trusting each other, and wanting to win, man. The greater good. Do you want to get this done? He comes in and gets this done, and he's their best player, and they win a championship. Can you imagine how he's going to be received in Philadelphia the rest of his life?
Yeah.
So this is what I think the challenge he should be looking forward to.
Well, the beauty too is what excites me is that you got Maxey, right? Like, so Maxey's willing. He's such a team kid, and he'll do whatever needs to be done, right? Like, I don't want him to overly defer because I would probably be worried about that, but I'm curious to see how his game will evolve. And Edgecombe, like, who's the lead guard? Like, who's gonna take over that lead spot? Like, you're gonna incorporate Edgecombe to be more of the lead guard?
Edgecombe is going to be the guy probably. And look, he's a second-year player, so he should be willing to be part of something bigger than yourself and to bring a championship to a city that hasn't had one in 43 years, going on 44. Like, to be part of that as a second-year player, we know who you are. Your time's going to come in this league. And in some ways, it's already kind of here now, the way you're appreciated and respected. You add Jaylen Brown to the mix, Maxi's back, and Embiid's still there, and who knows what happens with LeBron. Obviously, that's going to be Edgecombe. You also, by the way, you added an Anthony Simons. You don't bring him in to go out there, hey, man, just go out there and guard and take 4 shots a night. That's not who he is. You brought him in there to be a high-volume shot taker. That's who Anthony Simons is. So that's another guy you've added to the mix. I mean, Dean Wade is a low-volume shooter. He's going to do his thing. He's going to play 25 minutes a night, guard all over the floor, rebound, get on loose balls, set screens, occasionally spot up and knock down a 3. He don't have to worry about him sacrificing it. That's just not part of his game. But yeah, Edgecombe would be the obvious guy that maybe it comes down a little bit, man. Shot attempts, usage, even his scoring. Can he mentally be okay with that to play for something much bigger than himself? And it's got to be him. It's not. You shouldn't be asking that of Maxey, Embiid, Jaylen Brown, or potentially LeBron James. I can tell you that. So Edgecombe would be the guy, but it's not going to drop off the map. He's still going to get his opportunities, his time. And sometimes for young players, that is hard, Anthony, because you think, okay, I made a splash as a rookie. Now every year it's just this ascension, right? And that's just not always the case when a team does something like this. Go back to a guy like Kyle Kuzma and look at his early years, first or second year in LA. They drafted him. That team wasn't playing for much, right? 17, 18 a game. He's feeling himself. Man, I'll be averaging 24 by year 4. And then what they did, they went out and they got Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And they said, we're going to go win a championship, but you're going to come off the bench and you're going to average like 10. You know, and I'm not sitting here saying he was perfectly okay with it. That's a hard thing, but it comes down to what you are as a player, man, and what you are as a teammate and understanding the circumstances. And your time is going to come in this league. Edgecombe's that good. So it might not be necessarily a straight linear ascension. It might be a little bit of a dip for his usage for something bigger. And that might be what happens.
He could be fascinating, man. Because I think he could flirt with triple doubles. Like he's that kind of, because I think he's going to facilitate a lot. He's going to need to rebound, right? Like he's going to have to help on the glass. So like he's a real X player for them.
There's no question about it. He's critical. Look at him last year, 35% from the 3 on almost 6 attempts a game. Okay, that's pretty good usage and volume for a rookie.
Yeah.
So now if I'm him, I'm going to figure out, to me, you want to keep your production up. Like that might be the area. Like tighten that up, man. Take that up over 40%. I don't know what he shot last. 35 is what he shot for this season. I don't know how that breaks down off the catch, off the dribble. Like to me, if you're now playing with guys like this, you're going to get, and I don't think Nick Nurse is going to ever say that, he took a bad shot on a catch and shoot. So there are ways he can add to his game a little bit and find out to way to still get enough volume up, tighten up your percentages there. Take a couple more even than you did last year, because I think the spacing component is going to be very important if he's on the floor and you're playing with guys that all want to have the basketball a lot. So that's one way that he can help. But he defends, he rebounds, he's got it all. I mean, he's got the personality, the charisma, the toughness. I think he's clearly, to me, a guy that likes pressure. He doesn't run from the light. He runs toward it. That's something that you're born with. You don't generate that over time. You either have that or you don't. He has that. And that's a big part of him always being in the mix of being on the floor at the end of games and everything else. He's not afraid. And I think that's going to bode well for him. I love him. But when you start going for it and acquiring this kind of talent, man, and you're that guy, what is he, 20? 20. He turns 21 at the end of the month. So he can finally go out and, get a drink legally at the end of the month, all right? So he can get a beer. But you're looking at a guy that his time is coming, man. He's going to be a great player in this league. There's no doubt. But this is one of those situations where, hey, man, we've added some guys, and it's somebody's going to get squeezed a little bit. Maybe they all get squeezed a little bit, and then nobody's too dramatic. Maybe that's best case scenario if that happens.
Yeah, you're right on. You know what's interesting? Just one quick thing about Embiid. Again, this is just conjecture. We're just BSing. Do you think a Detroit would want to take a flyer on him?
Man,
I know it's
if
tough.
there's a team that would, it might be them. That's a pretty good call because here's the thing. They didn't have enough offense to contend. That's a 60-win team that was like exposed offensively. And look, it's a miracle they even really came back in that Orlando series. They're down 3-1. They have to win. Think about that. They have to win 3 straight, or they're going home in the first round as a 1 seed because their offense dried up. And on those nights, Cade Cunningham's not efficient. They don't have enough. So they go out and they've addressed some of that. But, you had Embiid to the mix, and it's just another way to play. Talk about helping a guy like Cunningham. Like, that would help his usage and his ability to be more efficient later in games and stay fresher. And there's also, even if Embiid is not what he was defensively, there's an infrastructure around that team on the perimeter with their shell and the number of guys they have that can guard to keep the ball out of the lane. You protect even a guy like Embiid who can't move as well as he used to. That's an interesting one.
It'd be interesting because then you got Duran comes home. He's here working out, right? And you can now play the way you want to play, which is you could be super athletic.
Yeah, and look, one thing about him that was, got lost a little bit the way his season ended, and that's all everybody was talking about. I know we were talking about it a lot. I don't know how many Pistons games I did in the playoffs, but it was just like kind of stark because I don't know, I did 4 or 5 regular season games, at least 4. And I mean, he had a 30-19 game, like he was dominant. And then he was just so quiet, just completely dried up. And you're like, wow, man, it's like, what am I looking at here? Is this something that's an anomaly that he's got to figure out and he's young and he'll get better and work through this? Or is this something that he's got some limitations in his game now that are going to be a way that teams can attack them defensively and expose them? But the one thing he can do, and he really came along last year in this regard, he can handle the ball in the middle of the floor. He can make passes from the top of the key. So you can run a different type of offense with him because he's a more than capable guy in the dribble handoff game. He can hit cutters. He can handle a little bit in the open floor. He can attack you from a face-up from the top of the key, 1-2 dribbles and get to the rim. I felt like the way that he was trying to get the ball in those 2 rounds in the playoffs was so almost nearsighted on their part. He wasn't touching it in other ways. It was like, oh, the short roll's not there. Okay, well, I guess you're not going to get it then. And like you're talking about 20 points out of your offense. Well, where's that going to come from? And if it really affected them. So I like him a lot. I know that what I saw in the regular season, I think that that's really closer to who he is than what we saw in the postseason. I do believe that. He's 22. So I think there's a lot more there for Jalen Duren to add. And I know nobody probably took it more to heart than he did. And let's see. Like that's the ultimate sign, like with a young player. Do you take it to heart? You look in the mirror every day. How disappointed are you? That should cause some sleepless nights. If that doesn't, then there's something wrong. If that should cause him some sleepless nights. And
I know people that know him very well. And
yes,
he's a great kid. So I'm
no doubt. No doubt about it. We did an on-court demonstration with him one game this year. Richard Jefferson and myself. We did a few of those last season. We did one great one with Con Knipple, mic'd up on the court pregame, going through some stuff. We talked at the 2-man game with him and Cade in that segment. I was like, man, I didn't really had a chance to really interact with him and talk to him in that regard. Like, what a nice kid and like smart and like wants it. So I'm not worried about him, man. He's going to be fine. He's going to be fine, and he's going to come back, I think, better than ever, whether that's Detroit or somewhere else.
I think we got the makings of something here. It could be a good trade. Anyway,
you solved it. You just solved it. Get the check from Gansey and let's go.
Gansey, I like him, man. I gotta tell you, he reminds me of you because he's a basketball guy. Like, play with Pittsnoggle, right? Like he's a basketball guy. Like that's why he's not analytics. I was messing with Baldy. We were talking about I versus AI and analytics. And there is something that is legitimate about a basketball eye. You can look at numbers and all, but what you do is you look at it from your eye. You're a basketball translator.
That's always been my thing. And I obviously look at the numbers and I use them as it's apropos in the course of a broadcast or a studio breakdown. I'll use numbers that back up my point. And I see all the numbers and I look at all of them. I just don't think, when people start spitting all that stuff out, I just think, to me, the number one thing is the eye test and the fit and being able to see 10 guys at the same time. Yeah, the numbers are great and they serve a purpose, and analytics are a big part of what this league is now. There's no denying that. But sometimes, man, it comes down to what your eye and your gut are telling you as lifelong basketball people about fit, and it gives you a better idea what you think an acquisition should be. And once a team makes one, how's that going to work? How is it not? And look, sometimes you got to be also smart enough and humble enough to say, I don't know. I need to see it. And that's a big part of this industry. And I think immediately when these trades happen or free agent acquisitions, man, there's all this data out there online. All these guys do it for a living now, and they dive into the numbers. They tell you why this is bad or why this is good. Man, sometimes you got to say, I don't know. I don't know. I need to see it. Let me see it, because here's the other thing. You think it's going to look the same way opening night as it does in March? No, they're going to evolve as a team.
Yes.
And that's particularly true about this team, because this is a major, major acquisition to a team that already had two styles to play, right? The nights without Embiid, with the guards and the fast pace and the speed and the breakneck and all that, and playing loose, and then the nights with Embiid, where you're going to go through this monster offensive force and use his size and beat people up that way. Now it's like, okay, well, that was a third way, because now we got this big wing that's an isolation player, right? And because even look at the Boston Celtics, like assist ratio and percentage numbers, low for a team with that kind of talent, because for a team that shoots that many threes, because they're still an isolation team at heart, and that's what Brown does. So now you have this element to your team, a bigger wing that handles the ball a lot to break you down to score. That's something that's not even a style they have now in-house. So now you have a third type of way to run your offense. It's just going to be a work in progress. It's not easy, but if you ask Nick Nurse, I'm sure, I interact with Nick a lot the last couple of years, and you walk in for those pregame interviews, and it's just like, you know what he's feeling inside. You don't know who's playing tonight. You don't know how we're going to have to play. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Found a way. I believe in Nick Nurse, as everybody knows. I've never bailed on the guy, because I believe in Nick Nurse. He's one of the smartest guys in the league, and now he's got enough talent here to make it work. But it's going to be a work in progress. You got to give him time. You got to give these players time. It's not going to, even go back to Miami when they added LeBron to Dwayne Wade. If you recall, they were 9-8 to start the year.
Yes. I remember that. Yes.
They were overly deferential to each other.
Yeah.
When I watched it, that's what I was seeing. Should I go? You want to go? Whose turn is it? Is it, and then eventually, man, the natural IQ and talent take over, and the rhythm, it takes over. And at some point, that team won 27 straight games or something like that.
I remember exactly.
Time, patience. No, Philadelphia's not the best with patience. I get it. Let's be patient. Let's see. But just be glad that this happened, because I did not think there's any way that they were going to be able to move Paul George, even for comparable Paul George talent in his prime. No. I didn't think there's no chance. You're going to have to take a reduced return to get out from under the contract. And look what they got back. A guy in his prime that's an all-league player. That's incredible.
Incredible. I don't want to hear about the analytics. They're better off without. He's off the floor, the point differential. Come on, there's a lot. There's so much the way that team, he goes in there last, and that was supposed to be a gap year with the Tatum injury, and he made him relevant.
Yeah, and it was, you think about last year what they did, and this is why, for me, that's why I thought Mazzulla did deserve Coach of the Year. I know that the playoffs weren't his best moment, but because that team going into the year, their second leading scorer was Peyton Pritchard, who's a really good player, but he was the sixth man of the year, thrust into a starting role. Derek White had a poor year offensively by his standards. He didn't shoot well all season. And this is what you were going out there with every night offensively, trying to win games. And they end up, as a 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. Incredible, really, what they pulled off. So, and I thought, for me, he should have been, if I recall, Jaylen Brown was like second team, correct? It was because between Cade and Jaylen Brown, I don't remember. Because like four guys were like locks, and then it was like four guys for first team All NBA, and then you had, to me, it was Cade and Jaylen Brown. We're like, that was the last spot. And I thought it was Jaylen Brown. I thought he deserved it. That team, to me, on paper, there's no way that team's going to be north of 50 wins. I thought 500 was going to be about where they should be. And to be a 2 seed in the East, man, was incredible. And that's really him driving that offense every night, and also his leadership defensively, because he doesn't take plays off.
Tim Legler basketball camp around the corner, baby.
That's it, man. Only a few weeks left, Ant. You got to get in there. TimLeglerBasketballCamp.com. Check it out. Total Turf in Pittman, New Jersey, right across the bridges. August 3rd through 6th, boys and girls, man, all levels. We're going to teach it. So hopefully we'll see you there. But go to TimLeglerBasketballCamp.com.
The greatest.
Already had some people reached out. Already signed up since my last hit with you. Said they heard us talking about it and signed up. And they referenced
I'm
this
making
show,
a prerequisite because we play in the summer league at Total Turf, and I told all my kids, got to sign up for the camp. So
you should. If they don't come, cut them.
They're out. Out.
Cut them. Get out from under that contract.
I got to worry about the sister, though. The nun's on me.
I know. I'm sure.
We love you. Thank you. You're the greatest. I can't wait to see you this summer.
All right, brother. I'm headed next. I'll be in Vegas for a few days for Summer League, seeing some of these rookies up close.
Love it. We followed you, man. You're the greatest. Best of
All right,
little man. All right.
Yeah,
love
you got
pal.
it. See you. All right.
The great legs. All right. We're way behind like I predicted.
Surprise, surprise.
Right, Jules? You knew that was happening. Just be happy that I didn't blow the whole thing off, because I thought about it. I really did think about it. But let's talk about some of our friends, shall we? Dick's Sporting Goods, go on. You got basketball camps. You got all kinds of stuff. Whatever sport you're into, it's about Dick's Sporting Goods. MLB All-Star Weekend's coming. Dick's Sporting Goods, the house of sports, right here. So whether you're getting ready for the backfields, getting the kids ready for whatever sport they're playing this summer, and coming up this fall, or repping the squads, they got everything: equipment, gloves, cleats, bats, balls. Whether it's arm sleeves or mouth guards, it's right there. Stop by your local Dick's Sporting Goods store anywhere around the area, or shop anytime at Dicks.com before the next big game. Whether you're heading to the stadium or just in the backfields, make your first stop Dick's Sporting Goods, because sports start here. You know it's officially summer when Hoagie Fest comes back to Wawa. I got to ask you, what's your Wawa order? Mine, I'm going classic Italian. I love my Wawa hoagies. Hoagie Fest is back this year, bringing even more value to the table. Right now, you get a shorty hoagie, wrap, or chicken sandwich, plus a bag of Hers chips and a small fountain drink for $6. You're extra hungry? It's only $8 for a classic meal. Whether you're grabbing lunch between meetings, fueling up before a game, or making a quick stop on a summer road trip, it's an easy, delicious meal at a great price. I love it. We stop on the way to baseball. Hoagie Fest, fuel up after, between games. Big flavor, great value, same Hoagie Fest energy we all know and love. But it's only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. Gotta have Wawa. All right. Well, it's time now for the bracket. The World Cup bracket, brought to us by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Didn't work out great for us yesterday.
No, it didn't. It's our corner kicks. And, man.
Okay, let me pull up the graphic here.
Where do we stand? Here it is, Jules. This is our bracket.
We got Argentina, Egypt. First game today.
First game today,
Noon,
Argentina.
Kicks off in 5 minutes.
Yeah, early start.
Yeah, I don't love that.
Early start.
All right, so we got Argentina is the bucket golf game.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Which is pretty cool. Then we have Egypt is
the
bat and ball set that it's designed like an icy. One of those like ice pops.
I go Egypt.
Super
Egypt.
nice.
The icy.
The icy.
I love the icy.
Right.
That's the rocket pop.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the rocket pop.
Then we got
baseball
I got
rocket
it.
pop.
Mhm.
Yeah, I go Egypt.
We got Switzerland. which is the cool All-Star Game Phillies hat.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's nice.
Good hat.
And then Columbia, which is the All-Star Game T-shirt.
I'm going cat. I like that
I like that
Phillies
hat.
hat.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got that too.
Yeah.
I got to go, what's that, Switzerland?
Yeah.
The hat is
We're
Switzerland.
picking
Yep.
a couple upsets today.
I got the Swiss and the
Egypt.
Egypt. Look at that hat. That's a great all-star hat. Philadelphia with the star, the red.
Nice embroidery.
That's a good-looking hat. That should be on your head.
Let's go. We
You're
can make that
going with the
happen.
Summer Flyer corduroy.
It's felt like Flyers today.
But the corduroy's a heavy hat for the
It's a little
summer.
chilly this morning. It was like 72 degrees out there.
Chilly.
What?
Are you out of your mind? You're wacko. Chilly. You're crazy. All right. Let's take a quick TO. Hey, you know that feeling when you just need a quick reset and you don't feel like dealing with airports or some complicated travel? Do yourself a favor. Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Such a great getaway spot for Philadelphia area travelers. A little bit of everything. History, shopping, entertainment, outdoor adventure, great food, all just outside the city. You can spend the day exploring Valley Forge National Historical Park. Hit the shops at KOP. Check out live entertainment. Explore some of the amazing small towns and hidden gems throughout Montgomery County. With America celebrating 250 this summer, never been a better day to experience the history, the stories that helped shape this country. Whether it's a couple trip, family weekend, sports road trip, or just a chance to unplug for a few days, Montgomery County makes it easy to get away without going far. Plan your trip, book your stay, and start your retreat today at valleyforge.org. That's valleyforge.org. All right, I cannot wait. We're going to be the center of the baseball universe. It's All-Star Weekend. It's coming to our town, Philadelphia, MLB All-Star Week, July 10th through the 14th. 5 days, one city, every eye in baseball upon us. We've got the culture, the competition, the celebration, the biggest stars, the greatest fans, all in one place for America's prime summer tradition. The stars are going to come out, the fans are going to take over, and our city is going to come alive. This isn't just a game, folks. It's a homecoming. So don't miss MLB All-Star Week. It's for the people. Head to allstargame.com to learn more. That's allstargame.com to learn more. All-Star Week. Oof, I love it.
So Anthony Simons had a press conference today. Kyle Neubeck's all over it, tweeting things out. So Anthony says part of the Sixers' quest to sign him was Jameer Nelson making a phone call.
Jameer!
He called his parents early in the free agency period. He went to the parents.
Smart.
And Simon says that's one thing other teams didn't do. So that was one of the good selling points of me coming here and feeling like I'm needed here. Just Jameer and Gansey. Heads tails better than
Oh, my God.
Maury and Elton Brand. Like Jameer's making phone calls to parents and stuff. Come on.
I mean, those two are
We're in good hands with these two.
Gansey, they're the best.
Yeah, I feel good with these two.
They're the best.
Love it.
Gansey and Jameer.
Yeah,
Love it. What do you think of my idea? Legs like my trade.
I love it.
My Embiid trade.
Let's get him out of here. If we can, let's go.
Embiid for Jalen Doran.
Yeah.
You got to think. You got to run
I
the
saw,
money.
well, that kid is a freshman at the Palestra. He was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Davey D's all over it,
Bring him here.
right?
Yeah.
That's that.
With Duran and Duran, we'll be good here.
And all the Jalen's.
And all the
Jalen Brown,
Yeah.
Jalen Doran, Jalen Carter, and Jalen Hurts. Let's collect Jalen's. I love it. All right, that's going to do whirlwind today, guys. How's the chat?
That's all right. They're all over the
That's
place.
all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Go chat.
They got,
What's up?
they got a lot of soccer calls going on right now. Yeah.
A lot of soccer talk?
Jay Tidwell says I'm chilly because veggies have a natural iron deficiency and are thus cold all the time.
What did Baldy say? Eat meat. This is Baldy for a steak. What's the beef? It's what's for dinner. The Sam Elliott commercial was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Beef. It's what's for dinner. My wife said, she's like, all you want to do is eat beef, eat meat.
Yeah.
And I go, yeah. And our boys need it.
Yeah, that's all they will eat. Get out of here with these vegetables.
Well, they're meat kids.
Yeah, of course. They have no choice. It's like North Korea over there.
Well, but they like it.
Sure, the North Koreans like their world too. Yeah.
They like it. They
Yeah.
they want their meat.
Yeah. I understand.
You know?
Yeah. It's called the mere exposure effect in marketing. The more you're exposed to it, the more you like it. So,
And they love it.
It's meat everywhere.
Yes. Protein.
Mm-hmm.
Protein.
Yeah, meat only protein. No legumes. Nice. No mung beans with a nice perfect protein with all the amino acids you need. No. Meat only.
Yeah, we'll do it in the winter time. We do the
garbanzos.
Pasta fagioli.
Oh yeah, it's a nice
pasta fagioli.
Mm-hmm.
Joe says Baldy eats a bull after he runs with him.
Oh, it's the best.
Jay Tidwell also says, I see Elton Brand walking around Rittenhouse all the time just collecting checks.
Talk about a guy who made a lot of money in basketball. My God.
Doing I don't really know what.
As a player, I love that. I love
He's
EB.
a good player.
I love EB. Great guy. I mean, great guy. Smart guy, great guy, but lucky guy. I will say that.
I will agree with that.
All right. That's going to do it for us, chat. Love you, chat. Let's say USA, man. That's a bummer.
Get your bet in. The game start already. Get a Messi score a goal, first goal.
All right, there you go. Everybody, we love you. Have a great day. We'll see you in the morning. Jules rules.
Yep.
We all silly like the mayor.